Hello guys and welcome to yet another live stream. So excited to have you here. Let me know what you think about the new ADV bag sizes, and also let me know where you're tuning in from. Is it across the world or is it just around the corner? So while you're presenting yourself, I'm gonna present to you what we have here tonight. And we have Kevin, a famous face.
Hello guys. Yeah, very exciting moment. A lot of work behind the scenes has gone into this project, and here we have the final two ADV bag sizes. Sorry, and yeah, was a really cool project again after our very successful first batch of the 70-liter version. Obviously, there was a lot of requests from your side, but also requests from our internal side and also my side, especially for the 16 liters. Yeah, for different sizes, for different use cases, and yeah, now we're here. The bags are launched, they're officially on the website, and you can purchase them, and we are here to talk about them. So yeah, like Alex already said, feel free to send us any questions you have about the bags or about other stuff. It's just supposed to be a fun time talking to you guys and get to know you a little bit better, answer some questions, and get to show you the product a bit more in depth.
Yeah, definitely. And what's also much better this time, if you remember our last ADV bags preset when we had severe camera issues. So today we are all set, just like always, the last couple of live streams. So we have a wide camera here, which is also going to be handheld when we're showing you a little bit more close-ups. We're also having a presentation table. And of course, me over here. I'm a little bit behind the scenes today, so I'm going to let Kevin handle most of the presentations, but I'm gonna kind of tune in a little bit here and there. So yeah, with that said, let's get on with some questions. And first of all, let's see where you're tuning in from. So we have people from Birmingham, UK, welcome. And we have people from the Netherlands and from Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so should we jump straight into the questions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes, okay, let's first start off with ADV Moto Tails is asking, can you show how the bottle holders mount to the molly panel?
We can, we can.
Definitely.
So, presentation.
Yes, I have actually mounted
Oh yeah, they're on
the
here.
ADV Bags
So
45.
I will take them. And here on the back, we can see there's two bottle holders attached to them, and they are just here with those hooks. So it's very easy to hook and unhook them. But that's not on the molly panel, huh? So he asked specifically about the molly panel.
Yeah,
but on
that's kind of, you could say it's on the molly panel, because with the new bottle holder V2, we've completely eliminated the conventional molly straps. So what's now instead is that we have G-hook straps, which is a way more durable way of carrying usually what's inside, heavier loads basically. Water is not lightweight luggage, so yeah, definitely this is gonna hold up much better. So the actual molly panels on the ADV bags now, they are more like designed for maybe the V1 bottle holders, if so, or also if you attach our tall bags, because our tall bags have both the G-hook straps as well as the molly panel straps. So the molly panel is a little bit more fixate everything, while the G-hook straps is more for carrying the heavy load.
And as you can see, this was unhooking them, and to hook them, it's the same process. You just put it in, hook it again. It's a bit unconventional to hold the whole bag system with your armpit. And they are tightened already, but it's very easy, and to unhook, you just press it. So it's a very cool system. And in my opinion, also it's a bit better than with the molly panels, because you don't have to fiddle with the strap behind the panel itself. It's just very easy and convenient. So that's that. Back to the studio.
Yes. So let's have a look at if we have some more questions. The project Adventure is asking, I need both small models, great work. When will you have clothes from the brand available? Yes, that's a very reoccurring question, to be honest. We are working on merch at the moment. I know I say this every time people ask, and it seems like I'm just lying, but I'm not. Some people in the team, they are sourcing now, so hopefully very, very soon, within hopefully a couple of months, maybe a quarter of a year or something like this, we will have merch available. We'll see if we also have it available for sale, or if it's going to be more like crew merch, like kind of creator merch. We'll see. It's not really decided yet, but we're getting there, definitely. And
one tip from my side, guys, if you really want to have something from a brand, like if you want merch, just harass them in the comments. Like just put comments under all the posts, under all the videos. And then usually if there's too many messages, the company doesn't really have a choice. So that's a good way of getting them.
Thanks for the tip. Compatibility.
No, but that's a good way of getting a company to make something. Obviously, if it's only one person or two persons, then it's hard to justify. But if there's like loads of followers and fans from the brand commenting on the same topic, it's usually getting recognized, especially with Lone Rider. It's such a tight-knit team, so everything is watched and being monitored. And so feedback from you guys is really much going also back to the products. Obviously, we are developing and testing them ourselves, but whenever you feel like a change or you want something different, just put it in the comments and then we can go from there.
Good. We have actually next question. That's for you, I think. What size in liters is the inner dry bags on the ADVBags 45?
Thank you, Alex, for this question. Well, 45 should be divided by 3 bags, and it's 45 liters total. So in my theory, it should be a 15-liter top bag and 15-liter side bags. No, that should make sense.
Yeah, that's actually how it should be. Yeah. I mean, we were supposed to be doing a water test when we shot one of the first videos together. We completely forgot.
Yes.
So we have to trust the developers of the system that it, I mean, technically it should be because they are very close in size-wise to each other. So it should be 15 on each. Yeah. In reality, I think it might be a couple of liters more.
Yes.
Because they are not big, but for a 45-liter system, they are a little bit on the bigger side, but not bulky.
And you can overpack them. So I think the way it fits the system really nice is, I think, very close to 45 liters, but I think probably you could get in like 48 or 50 or something, just stuffing some extra stuff. There is room to put more in, but yeah, it's maybe not really marketed as such.
Okay, let's move on. We have people from all over Europe and the world also, I think. We have from Poland, we have from Sweden, and we have from the UK again, and of course from Austria. And then we have our colleague, Fender ADV, Joachim, tuning in from Sweden.
That's great. International.
Yes, definitely. We have the recurring question again, the sizes of the bags for the 45-liter version, 15 each, more or less, give or take, but that's what it should be. And like we said, they look very alike in size, so it's 15 liters each. But even from Macedonia.
Macedonia? Yeah. Wow. Beautiful country. I want to go and ride there one time.
Haven't you been already?
No.
No?
No. On the list?
Yeah.
Not yet? Mm-hmm. We'll have to go. Send me some good riding locations for Macedonia.
Definitely. Island Rider is asking, I'm thinking about getting a Yamaha MT-09. Will these be compatible? I'd say so.
I think so. MT-09 is quite slim on the rear, which is very good for the ADVBags because they basically fit on everything, but like my race bike, for example, my race Tenere, it's very slim on the rear, and also on the 25 Tenere, it's very slim in the rear. So we would have to see, but I think if you have passenger foot pegs, should be okay. Tail light assembly number plate holder will hook in the rear, so should work. But then on the naked bikes, for sure you cannot take a second person. This will not be possible, I think, right?
Yeah, that's usually the issue. I mean, usually with rackless systems, they tend to go on the same position as where the passenger is sitting. With that said, yes, of course, if you remove the top bag, you can theoretically go with a passenger, but number one, it's not going to be very comfortable, especially with the Velcro that's on the top of the base plate. And second of all, I don't know how it's going to work out with the legs, how much they're going to hit the holsters.
Depending on the bike. With the Tenere, it works. You can fit, take off the top bag. We need to develop a Moto seat for the top bag. Exactly. Second seat on top. That would be good.
Heard with our soul, I wear a bionic arm. I'd love to try this out. Yeah, that's sounds like a good plan. I don't know how easy they are to assemble on the bike with one arm, but yeah, send us some shots when you've tested and let us know how easy or how hard it was. And 5220 just wondered, would you be making some for say a cruiser motorcycle, as we all don't ride a larger tours like BMW? If you're referring to equipment for cruiser custom bikes, or if you're referring to something else, I mean, most of our bags, I'd say, have a universal fit, especially the ADVBags, but also the Explorer bag, the Overlander, and all these kind of soft semi-rigid luggage. They are more or less universal to a certain point. The Motobags require racks, and here you can always do a DIY solution. Whereas our hard luggage, the motor panniers and motor case, that's gonna be a little bit more tricky because they really need the exact kind of racks to be able to be mounted to the bike. So yeah, we're probably never gonna manufacture motorcycles, but if you're referring to the fitment and gear specifically for cruiser bikes, we have a lot of universal fitted bags, if you say. Style-wise, probably not going into the leather section. We're sticking with Hypalon and aluminum for now, but I will see.
Never say never.
Exactly. We also have Julie, another colleague from France, tuning in tonight. Oh, here we have another question from the same person. Do yours fit on a cruiser like what I have? Do yours fit on a cruiser like what I have? 1300 Yamaha Midnight Star Cruiser. Would they fit on that?
I have no idea what a 1300 Yamaha Star Cruiser is.
Let me quickly check.
It's a very good brand that you chose, at least. So at least.
Gonna quickly have a look at what that bike.
Get me an image,
yeah,
then
yeah,
we can.
Definitely.
We'll help you out. We'll help you out.
So it's basically
yeah,
Harley-like cruiser.
Cruiser.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that offensive to say it's Harley-like if it's not a Harley? Yeah, I mean, you for the ADVBags you need something in the back to mount. So wait, I can show you basically. You have attachment straps on the rear and on the front. So if this rests on your bike, then you need something in the back to fit or to attach to the rear of the bike. So I don't know what is there on your bike. If there is something to attach it on the rear and something like passenger foot pegs or something on the front, then you're good to go. And they are universal, so they come like this. It's pretty much straight, but you know, you can bend it really hard. So it really kind of fits every bike, let's say. It really depends how the rear section of your bike looks like. So yeah, I have no experience with cruiser bikes, but probably should be possible if you have something to attach the bags to, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's everything you need basically to mount the ADVBags. I mean, like we said in the launch video, if you watched that, you don't need a top case rack or something. It's usually enough with a fender,
Yes.
just to wrap the straps around, and then you of course need something in the front down with the foot pegs, whether it's the passenger foot peg bracket. It can be these kind of loops that you can buy separately, and sometimes it's even straight to the frame itself. It all depends on how the angles and how far you can stretch the straps so the bags mount securely and don't start to move around and shift around while you're riding.
Wow, that's a lot of comments.
It's a lot of questions tonight, guys, so bear with us. The last live stream was it 4.5 hours? Yes. We thought it was 3.5, but it was actually, in my head, I miscalculated completely. It was like, yeah, we're gonna break 3 hours, because the last one was like 2:52 or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. I was like, okay, a little bit more, and then I turned off the live stream. I was like, what? How can it be 4.5 hours? I'm like, oh,
Oops.
yes.
Too much fun.
Yeah, we'll see if we keep going that far tonight. It's all depending on you guys, how many questions you have. Okay, it's a boy. It's a friend of yours.
It's a boy.
He is asking, who is rocking the stash better, Sandro or Kevin?
That's a good question. I'm not comfortable enough yet to like take everything else off and just rock the stash itself. So, but yeah, that's also why I come here. It's actually not just to shoot luggage and present products to you. It's actually also to learn about beard growth from Alex. So yeah, it's a yeah, he's my big inspiration there. He's not rocking a stash, but I think his beard is quite impressive. So yeah, we're getting there. Just
okay, focus,
okay.
guys. Let's focus. Okay, Sandro should have been with us here tonight. Unfortunately, he had a bad crash. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
Monday.
Monday, so he could not be. Otherwise, he would be probably sitting between us.
Yeah.
So he want to see a water test right now. Right now will be a little bit difficult, but maybe later during the night when we are a little bit more streamlined and have caught up a little bit with the questions. The only thing is that I'm not sure if I have kind of, is it called a scale where you like measure the water with?
Yeah.
It's kind of bucket like the 1 liters, 2 liters.
If we cannot make it happen like properly today, then we will do a reel.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't have any water right here in the studio.
Yeah.
I have to go down to the basement, and the only thing I have to measure what I know is my 1.5 liter PET bottle. So it's gonna be a lot of running up and down to show you guys when we pour it in. So yeah, we'll see what we do about this tonight if we do it, and if we find an easy way to do it, then definitely. Mike Armstrong has a very valid question that has been asked before. I mean, when we released the ADVBags 70, and that is it possible to lock these bags to prevent them or the contents from being stolen if you're away from the bike? And
I don't think there is any locking. No, there is. Well, they are on your bike, but the cool thing is with those bags. That it's very, very easy to take the bags out and take them with you, or take the whole system if you're scared, like depending where you are. It might get stolen, like if it's in a big city. But the bags itself, you cannot really lock because there's no locking mechanism. So it's literally one click on the bags to open, take the bag out. It's very easy. So I would recommend to do that instead of locking the whole system to itself.
Yeah, that's usually the downside. And I mean, regardless of what kind of luggage system you have, whether it's aluminum or semi-rigid or soft luggage, nothing will ever be theft-proof. It's like for how long? And I think we're talking seconds.
Yeah.
Can you delay the thief? Because I mean, aluminum panniers, they might look very safe because they are rigid. You can't just tear them open. But I mean, if people bring the right tools and they know what they're doing, it's fairly quick anyway. Yes, it's probably gonna take a little bit longer to crack open a set of panniers. I'm talking seconds, as of just grabbing the bags from the ADVBags and just run off. I mean, that applies to every single luggage system. And I mean, I even remember a few years ago with our Motorbags, because yes, they lock and they are secure in the way that opportunists are probably not as keen on trying to steal them, but someone literally just took a knife, like how do you call it, a carpet knife, you know, this thick, super sharp ones, just cut the whole bag open and just out with, and that happened when the rider was in for grocery shopping. So I mean, nothing is really theft proof, but again, the ADVBags, they are, if you want to take the whole system with you, just undo the 4 or 6 straps depending on what model you have, and you can just carry the whole system. The system itself weighs, I mean, the ADVBags 70, the dead weight, I mean the net weight with everything, weighs around 6-7 kilos something. And I mean, the smaller you go, the lighter they get, and it's you're literally bringing the entire system, maybe apart from the heat shield, because people are probably not going to steal a heat shield. That takes way longer, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to steal really. So if you're a little bit worried, then it's fairly easy, and it's also, you can carry them quite easily on the shoulder as well. It's not the most comfortable, but it's definitely doable. Way easier than to carry a set of panniers or Motobags together with a top case or a duffel bag. Way easier. So nothing is theft proof. I'd say bring the stuff when you leave the bike if you're in a sketchy area. Yeah.
Or just don't go to sketchy areas.
Exactly. Sometimes it's difficult.
Sometimes, yes.
Her with a soul. What's the spec of the back bag in inches or centimeters? Unusual, but I carry a spare arm. I need to protect it from the elements. Do we have a measurement thing, something? While you prep this, I'm gonna go have a look if I can find something to measure.
On the 45s.
It's not specified, but yeah, do the 45s for now, and then we can do the 70s later if needed.
Top bag. Interesting questions today, huh? Well, I can leave this. I can just measure my arm. It should fit.
I think that's actually quicker.
Yeah.
Because I can't find any measurement.
Is it the whole arm or is it just the lower arm? Because
I'm quite far up in the comments still,
yeah,
so maybe she's answered that farther down. But I'll do both. I mean, just fold your arm like this, and I mean, it should. I mean, I don't know if it's the whole way up.
Yeah, I mean, this is anyway. Well, I'm 1.90 meters tall. I assume is it a woman, right?
Yeah.
I assume she's not 1.90 meters tall, so her arm should be smaller than mine. And my arm, if it would be detachable, it would fit in the top bag of the 45s. So it would, for sure, it fits in the 70 as well.
Can you do the same with the side bag?
Yeah, but they're for sure. They are even bigger.
Yeah,
they're longer. So here, it's probably even easier. That's not a problem. Here it almost fits to the half arm. Should work.
Yeah, Doesn't look like it's a problem. I don't know how much they fold though, and how long the armor is. If it's a full armor or
yeah,
3/4 or
size-wise, maybe side bag is, I would say, 45, 50 centimeters length. Top bag, same, honestly. I would say they are very close in size. Yeah. Leave them here.
It's a boy really wants us to do the water test. Him and Sandra there.
Yeah, they're teaming up, I think.
I think so, definitely. Hello from Portugal. Nice to see people from all over Europe. Mick, in which way can duffel bags fit on it? I think he's referring to other kinds of top bags, like our Explorer bag. While you get the the ADV, the 45s are a little bit small for our there, but you can, the 70s are completely.
I take the 70s. Give me 1 second. I'm back.
Gonna go get the Explorer bag meanwhile.
So this is the big boy, 70 liters, and we're just gonna get the Explorer bag, which is big duffel bag. So basically this system works in a way. On the top you have these two buckles, you just open this. This one is with Velcro, you just take it off, and whatever you can fit in there, it actually will fit in there. So you can...
Yeah, so you can turn it around the other way, so show the front. And this is now the Explorer bag 30.
So another extra 30 liters probably?
It's 30? Another 10 liters, I think.
So it's very universal. So on top, however much you want to put in there, it just fits. So this also, you can extend it even more. There's still some more spare strap up here. So you could, in theory, open it up even more and put in bigger stuff, which then kind of...
Yeah, let's do it. Put the top bag on top as well, and just extend the...
In case you want to bring the whole family.
If possible, we'll see what the limitations of the straps are here.
Sure, we can fit both.
I think so. By the way, this is probably how I'm gonna travel to Scandinavia later this year.
2 bags inside.
No. with the ADVBags 70, but I'm gonna replace the native top bag with the Explorer bag. Okay, now both are.
With squeezing. Oof. Wait, we need a bit of strength here and raw force.
It's good with the magnetic buckles now.
Yes.
But it's.
It will fit.
Yeah, it will fit. It's just.
It's just a question. It's just mindset. It's
exactly.
mental.
Exactly.
So this would be. This would be.
Now it's ADVBags.
500.
100, I think.
It could be.
Yeah.
It's 30 extra. So it will fit. You can put a lot of stuff in here, and I mean, if you really need to for a short amount of time, it's secure. This will not fall out. Also, you could tighten it even more. You could attach the 2 bags together. So this will work. It's just, it might not look the nicest or ride the best, but oh well.
It looks perfect to me if you're a BMW rider.
It's like, so this is the ADVBags 16 of your GS riders right here. Yeah, it will work. Oh.
Okay, while you're resetting this, I'm gonna carry on. Johan is not very happy with us. How hard can it be to make a t-shirt? Doesn't take months. Yes, I totally agree. The thing is now is that we don't really just want to make a simple t-shirt and slap our logo on it, because I mean, we want to do merch that people want to wear, not for the sake of the logo, but for the sake of that they fit good, the quality is super high, they look good, definitely, and that's basically not where we get stuck, but we have so much focus on producing new products instead of merch. So it has always been a little bit low priority, and that's basically the reason why it takes so long to get merch out. So bear with us, it's coming. It's just taking a very long time. We also have a question if we deliver to Brazil, and at the moment I don't think we do, but don't hold me to it. Check our website in the delivery, on the delivery page. There we're stating every country we are delivering to with the delivery time and which countries we are not delivering to at the moment. Peter, do the double bottle holders fit the BMW GSA 1250 crash bars? Yes, they fit. Just let me think a bit. Gonna get a close-up here. So they do fit. Just let me think. I had a 1250. How do the crash bars look? They are like an oval shape in an angle. So yes, what I would do if I would attach these bottle holders to those crash bars is that I would open up the on the back here, and do the same for the lower ones, of course. And then I would take this loop. This is permanently attached to the bag, so you can't remove it. This one down here is removable because you can move it up if you need to have, for any reason, alternate the distance between the two straps. So this one is fixed. This one you can completely remove or move. So what I would do is, like, let's say now that, yeah, my finger is the crash bar. I would take this one around and then hook it in like so with all four, and then I would tighten everything. And the thing is also, you need to tighten the straps when the bottle or bottles, depending on quantity and size, when they are inside, because what's going to happen, the straps are not going to tighten the bag, it's going to tighten the bottles in the end around the crash bar. So yes, it will fit, and it's very, very easy to install on your bike. It's basically the same idea as with the mini bags, because on the 1250 GSA you're not using the old molly straps you had in the back for the mini bags. You're just using the G-hook straps, and that's basically how you attach the new bottle holder V2, double or single, to your upper crash bars. So absolutely no problem. We have people tuning in from Scotland. Have you ever been?
No, also not. But I would like to go.
That's on my bucket list as well. Oh.
But I think not so much off-road riding up there. I mean, there is, but I'm not sure if it's like legal off-road riding. I mean, sure, I know people from there, they ride, but...
Let us know if off-road riding is as illegal there as in Switzerland.
Probably. I think nothing is illegal as off-road riding in Switzerland.
Probably not. You can do a lot, but off-road riding, that takes it. Here we have a question that is reoccurring once more, and that is, how easy will it be to access a rear fuel filler like on the KTM 690 Enduro R?
So, also for that, with the ADVBags, you will have to either take the system completely off, which is the most logical one, but also if, like, on the 690, it's in the rear, so you can also loosen the two rear straps and then just lift it up, fill, and then put it back down, or just, you don't even have to fully deattach the straps. Also, you can use the two hooks that are included in the ADVBags and just screw them in your bike. That should also work on the 690, I think. I think it has enough space. And then you can just unhook it from the side, basically, and then lift it up, put fuel, put it back down. So it's very quick, but also obviously it's a bit easier if you don't have to do it at all. But if the fuel tank is at the rear, you will always have a intervention with luggage. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we're also working on a solution to have that solved, so you don't have to undo the rear straps to fill up bikes with rear fuel caps like the 690 or 701. It's in the works, it's coming, but we're really not sure when, because we have to more or less redesign the base top plate of the base plate system, and that's basically it. So it's coming anyway. We just don't know exactly when. Mirror image, riding with your gear on my Beast Super Tenere 1200, top quality. Thank you very much. It's good to hear.
A lot of Yamahas today.
A lot of Yamahas.
People have good taste.
I really wonder why there are so many Yamaha riders here today.
I don't know. I don't know.
Island Rider, I can't remember what he asked, but obviously we answer his questions, so he appreciates it, and he will keep the passenger foot pegs probably to attach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, it's a boy. He's on it again. How many camping chairs are fitting in the 60-liter version?
The 60-liter
What
version?
60?
Maybe the 60 is the... No, we don't have a 60.
We don't have a 60. We have a
But we have
70.
a 70 or a 45. How many camping chairs?
Yeah. Define the size of the camping chair.
There is really small camping chairs, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I have... The thing is, I have a camping chair. You know, it's... Let me think now, so I'm not, because I have a taller one and I have a shorter one. The shorter one I can just fit inside a tall bag, the one up there. You can take it down, the mid-size between next to the other one. No, that's the mini bag, the other one.
This one?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
this is the tall bag.
Yeah, this is the tall bag, and I have a camping chair that just fits inside this one. And the thing is, with this bag, it fits so perfectly underneath the ADVBags. I mean, really neatly.
Yeah.
It's now there are no G-hook straps attached to the tall bags, just the buckles left, but they go really, really well underneath the ADVBags. On top as well also, but if you plant too much stuff on top of the ADVBags, I mean the side holsters, it can start interfering a little bit with your legs or thighs. So I usually prefer to attach them underneath or on the backside.
But I would say, because the question is, I think, asked also in a funny way, so I think you could at least sit 10 people with a 70-liter system.
Yes.
Pretty comfortable.
Most likely. Yes. I'll leave it at that. Project Adventure, without a doubt, the ADVBags 45, and if you want more space you can add Explorer duffel and a tent. Yes, just keep in mind that with the 45s they are a little bit more narrow than the 70s, tiny bit, because the base plate is a little bit smaller. You will have to really place the duffel bag on top of the side bags, because I don't think you can squeeze in between if you have a full duffel bag. But definitely possible. Just keep that in mind, that it might be, if you overfill the side bags, that the duffel bag will start looking like a banana. You have a lot of fans here tonight. How many Living the Dream and Ride Wild hoodies can I fit in the 15-liter version? Probably means the 16.
So, first of all, if you're asking funny questions, make sure that you have the names correctly, please. We don't have a 15-liter version, it's 16 liters. It's written on it, look. Ride Wild t-shirts and, what was it, Ride Wild hoodies?
Yes.
In the 16. We actually, for the shooting, we filled it with my gear. So, I think t-shirts, you could fit 10 in each side. My size, so I'm double XL, so probably you could fit 10 of yours and then 15 of your girlfriends, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
Depending on the size of the girlfriend as well. So, yeah, and hoodies, I would say comfortably 3, more or less, depending of, yeah, it's such a, it's difficult to answer.
Yeah, I think it's also, it comes down to how thick the hoodie is, because usually, that's why I love the ADVBags 16, is that when I go for just day rides, it's like it's the perfect set. Usually now what I've done in last fall, it's like when you start your ride here, and like if you say low altitude, which is still 500 meters, it's really warm. It can be 20-25 degrees, and you start out with your summer suit, and then you just pack the wind jacket, rain jacket, a little bit thicker one, maybe a mid-layer hoodie, something like this. Maybe also if you're planning to come home a little bit extra late, I always pack a thicker set of gloves, like the Gore-Tex kind of winter gloves. And ADVBags 16, they are so perfect for this, because I can fit everything in one side, and the other side I can have for like camera, snacks, water I store underneath the ADVBags in the single bottle holder V2. But yeah, to answer that question, depending on the thickness of the hoodie, I'd say at least 3 per side if they are thick.
Yeah.
4 if they are a little bit thinner, like normal size.
But also the good thing about the 16-liter ADVBags is that you don't have to fill them to the top to not have them move around. I think the 70 liters, because they are so big, they are a little bit, and also so wide on the bike, they are a little bit more sensitive. So let's say you have the 70 liters and you just put a hoodie in. Obviously, the holsters are designed to hold 70 liters. So if there's literally nothing inside, it's gonna be a little bit more moving on the bike. But with the 16 liter, I had it in New Zealand. I literally had a spare pair of gloves, a spare goggle, or the goggle on my helmet, because I was riding my ADV helmet, so I wasn't using the goggle all the time, and a rain jacket and a base layer. That was everything I had in my system, and sometimes some snacks and some drinks. So they were not really full, but I really like not having stuff on my back. So I carried a backpack, but just with camelback, so just to have drinks accessible at all the times. And literally you don't feel the bags, and you don't feel the movement of the stuff inside the bags, because obviously if they are not full to the top, the stuff in the bags is moving, but on riding you don't really feel it. So that's a really, really cool part. So literally for day rides, you can just leave them on all the time. They look cool, and you don't have to carry a backpack. And if you want to bring base layer or some smaller stuff, or just go grab a snack and just stuff an extra bottle or energy drink or whatever you want to carry in the bags, it's perfect for that.
We have a question we can actually spend a few minutes on to replicate, so you can see really how it works. And we have a guy asking, just bought the ADVBags 45, thanks a lot for that. And he has an R1300 GS, and he's asking, can my girlfriend still sit on the back? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a little bit of a, is it called a rocade in English when you're moving stuff around too?
Could be.
Yeah.
I just want to say that you're the girlfriend and not me.
No. not on a GS.
Oh, I'm not allowed to sit on a GS maybe.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take out my GS.
Yes.
And that shouldn't take very long. And then we're gonna just place the ADVBags 45 on it. You can mount the side bags again. And then meanwhile, you can remove the beaver tail. And we're gonna try to replicate and see if it works and if it does so comfortably. Oh, it's nice with stands that go sideways.
Yeah.
Moving everything a little bit aside here so people can see properly. Oh, this should be a good angle, I think. And then fold out the pegs. And you remember, were you ever into sport bikes?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No, that was a standing joke when we were out. And I was like, You have to remember when you've left the passenger off that you have to flip up your foot pegs, otherwise you lose 10 horsepower.
Do you mount them to this spar?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, right now, the thing is I have mounted the sport grab handle, which is the super short one. Where is our rack? Oh, here it is. So if you have our top case rack or the original one, it will
It's super easy then.
be a little bit more back. So that means that yes, your girlfriend could potentially sit unhindered on the pillion seat. But if you are running a sport grab handle like I have right now, that's where we're gonna see how it's gonna fit together.
It will probably. Should work.
I'm gonna replicate and see how not comfortable this is.
I think it should work. On the Tenere it works.
Yeah.
It's not, I would say generally, you wouldn't want to go to North Pole like this. But if it's for a day ride or something, it should be okay.
Like I kind of, you see the holsters, they interfere a little bit. Not much, but still a little bit. I mean, now I don't have any boots or anything. With the boots, it's going to be even thicker. So it might be that she will have to sit with her heels on the foot pegs in worst case. If we replicate that we have a top case rack on and not just a sport grab handle, where the ADVBags come,
Sit like this.
I think they're coming roughly around here, because then she can sit completely unhindered. It's not even close of touching.
If you're planning on having a family, also you could take the child on the back even.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of
Just
space.
don't crash.
Yeah, don't crash. And wear a helmet.
Yeah, I hope that answered it.
Can you both get on the bike?
Okay, I'm in the front.
I'm contracted. We can sit together on the Yamaha. I'm scared of touching it, you know, even. So for now, it's... No. You can sit on the bike if you want. I'll hold the camera.
Okay, good. So we'll leave the GS here because I have a feeling we're going to get more GS questions tonight.
That's the cool thing with the Tenere community, you know, they just know their stuff.
Exactly.
You know? No questions asked. Boom.
So, okay, let's see. We have people from Singapore tuning in. What time is it there now? Middle of the night?
10 hours, no, early morning.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Something. Maybe, I don't know. Jonas is asking, will it fit a 188 Goldwing? Probably will fit, but not sure if it's gonna look very good.
On a Goldwing.
Yeah, 188. I don't know if that's an older model or a new one.
But I think you can tighten it to the microwave on the Goldwing. And then,
Here we go. Because I said, oh, it looks like a Harley.
Yeah, true.
But the ammo is, of course, more. It's better.
Yes.
More reliable.
See, I told you.
I
You cannot offend them.
I'm not gonna talk any shit about other brands, but most things are a little bit more reliable than. But that's another story. Not talking.
Oh.
Actually, I grew up on a Harley. That's how I think that's how my bike interest started. When I was I 6 or 7? I still have the leather suit at home.
Really?
It's like the jacket is this tall. The arms are this long.
That's cool.
I have the helmet, the goggles, the boots, the gloves. I don't know, but the full custom leather suit. I mean, this was when was this? Early 90s. I mean, now you can buy kids stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And then my dad, he had several Harleys, but one that he had until he sold it about 10 years ago was an 86 Softail. And it was like he just wanted to see if I was interested enough before investing then in this custom-made leather suit from it's tailor-made.
Yeah.
Really tailor-made.
Crazy.
Yeah, I really remember we went to a lady that made it. I was there measuring and blah, blah, blah. Super cool.
Your beard would suit an open face helmet and a Harley.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that actually, I rode that bike shortly after I got my license. When was that? 2009. So that was at the time I was riding sport bikes. I was like just used to when you think something, the bike just does.
Yeah.
And the Harley, you had to like, it was like driving 60 tons truck and trailer. You had to plan the roundabouts. So like, oh, roundabout, take down the speed, and then slowly. There's a long fork also. Really difficult to ride. Oh, we are behind in questions, so let's keep going. TD Adventure. These two sizes will be perfect on my new 450 Himalayan, don't you think so? Yeah, I'd say.
Yes.
They fit.
Very, very good for the Himalayan. I've seen the bike the first time properly at ABR last year, and it's a skinny bike and it's lightweight, and that's exactly the type of luggage you would want on that bike. So with the two sizes, even the 70s, so if you would take it for bigger trip, but I guess the Himalayan is better for shorter rides, like not go around the world, but like go for day rides. So it's really cool. Both bags will look really cool on the bike. And yeah, you can take all your stuff and still have the light and nimble feeling of the Himalayan, which I guess it's pretty light. It's quite a small bike. So yeah, enjoy.
Another question that is quite good. What size of duffel bags in liters can fit over the 16-liter ADVBags, and in which ways?
We can test, no?
Yeah, not sure if like duffel bags can fit, but the tail pack is absolutely perfect. I'm gonna go get one.
Open this. So then we can even mount it properly.
So this is basically the tail pack, which has been around for many years.
So you don't even attach it to these ones?
No, you remove those loops are for
tent
probably,
but,
or something like this.
But you could also just put a top bag from something else.
Yeah, we can
but
try.
it will just press on these. But you could fit it. I mean, we are going into unorthodox versions now anyway, because if you want more space than that, you just take a 45.
Yeah, exactly.
So this you can fit here.
Yeah.
We don't really have to do it, I think. But you could. These straps, they are way big enough to hug around this, and you can just, what is it? This is a top bag of a 45, so 15-liter extra space.
And the straps are also completely removable, and you have these like on all ADVBags and all G-hook straps nowadays. This kind of, I can't remember what they are called. They are something special, but they are this like anti-slip, so they won't like loosen over time.
Yeah.
But with the tail pack, this is actually how I rode the 2 last months last year. In the side I had, like I explained earlier, I had the this wind or rain jacket, thicker gloves, all this kind of stuff, and in the top I fitted the camera gear. So this is really a personal favorite of mine when I really want to bring one lens or two and a camera body and a little bit spare parts, maybe something else. It's a really neat setup.
And what I would recommend if you want to go properly off-road riding, then I would always go take a bigger system, so let's say a 70-liter rather than a 45, and remove the top bag, so you have the movement for your body on the top. So that's, you will, when I use the bike for off-road riding, now next week I'm going to Italy, so we're actually going to commute, so maybe I will, or probably, most probably, I will also take a top bag, but then I'm not in the mood of like going and jumping and stuff. But whenever you will see me properly riding, then I will always remove whatever is on the top, and I would much rather have, let's say, a full 70-liter system on the side bags and nothing on top than a 16 with a tail pack, let's say, because you need the movement on top for off-road riding. Yeah.
Good. Pedro, they look amazing. Thank you very much. We think so too. Without being biased in any way. Congrats for the effort. I'm waiting for the rackless motorbags for the 1300 GS. Yes, like I always say, they are coming. But first of all, we're actually in the works of developing, I would not call them rackless, but it's like motor panniers and motor bags with a quick release system that natively fit the pannier racks or case carriers that BMW has natively on the bike, so you don't have to get our tubular racks if you don't want to. So that's next up. After that, we're most likely gonna get something for the standard GS as well, for those who have a Vario equipped bike since before. Would the ADVBags 45 fit a KTM 1290 Super Adventure S?
Most surely, yes. I don't know what's the Super Adventure S is probably the street version.
Yeah, that's
not the R.
Yeah, basically it's I think what I think is different is the suspension,
yeah,
which I think is electronic because the R has a manual and the wheels are like standard.
Yeah, so
street
it doesn't
wheels.
matter. But the body work is the same, so for sure fits on the 1290. Yeah, and it will look really cool. Which ones did he ask? 45s?
Yes.
Yeah, will look really cool because also the 1290 is quite big on the front, so 45s in the rear should fit the bike really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, I can say already they will fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I had a 1290 Super Adventure R a couple of years ago, and I've made some kind of DIY rackless system at times where I combine different products. I put like the mini bags on the side and stuff. They will fit 100%. It doesn't matter if you choose the 70, 45s or 16s, they will all fit really, really good. Yeah, they will fit. Just have to think about the rear rack because I remember the grab handles, but they go through.
Yeah.
Worst case, just remove the grab handles if you want to really fine tune the fitment, but they will fit in one way or another, definitely. It's too bad that Sander is not here because he can definitely speak from experience. Hi from the UK. Currently have ADV Canyon bags, but the strength and durability of these are questionable. How do these bags deal with an impact if you're unlucky to have an off?
So we have our durability tester Sandro, who took them all around the world, and obviously it's fabric. So it's not bulletproof to crashing. So if you have a hard enough crash or you get unlucky and you catch them on a pole or something, naturally something will break. You're not going to rip your bike off in two pieces and the bags will still be part of the bike. So something will break. But if you are planning longer trips, we always, or mostly what will break if something breaks, is the straps, and they are reattachable. So you just unscrew one strap, replace it, and you're still good to go. Or yeah, so they are really, really good in the way they work, and literally it depends if they catch something. If you just crash and the bike is sliding, we didn't break anything from that. But if the bike will catch a rock, an edge, or let's say very bad scenario, but if let's say you crash on the road and you catch a guardrail or something, surely the bags will rip off. But they will not be destroyed. It's literally just take a replacement strap and yeah, 2 minutes of work and you're good to go if you carry the straps. But I would recommend always to carry the replacement straps in case something bad happens. Hopefully you will be all right and it's just a matter of a few seconds of repairing everything. But so far, we also with crashing, I had the 16s on yesterday and I had 2 proper ones and they did not break. So I was really happy with that. It's actually, one was quite big where the bike really fell down a couple of meters and nothing broke. So that's really cool. Also the straps didn't really loosen, so was good to go. But it's always a little bit of a question of luck. It's the same with a bike. You can crash and nothing happens to the bike, and you can have almost an identical crash and the whole bike is destroyed. So it's always a bit of a question of what it hits or how it falls, and yeah, just physics, math.
Yes, definitely. I have not had, how to say, the privilege of crashing the ADVBags.
It's not a privilege, but
hope I don't have to, because I'm not going, for obvious reasons, as I live in Switzerland, off-road that much
yes,
as I used to do if I would live in Sweden, but that's not the case anymore. And yeah, crashing in the Alps, would not recommend.
no.
Because it can go south very,
Yes.
very fast if you're doing it in the right part,
Yes.
or the wrong part. For that
Don't
sake.
crash.
Don't crash. I think we're unintentionally skipping a guy, because I saw something that he's logging off because we're avoiding his questions, and he's asking for how to beard groom and stuff. Beard grooming tips. Thanks.
Okay, that's your part, not
Is
mine.
it? Yeah, but
I just shave.
I-
I don't do nothing. I just shave.
exactly, and I just wash. That's it.
Good. Natural beauty. I think it's shaved pretty badly today. I think I was a bit in a rush.
Off topic, still.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We'll see. Maybe it pops in later on as well. MT Enduro. Is there much difference in the size of the base compared to the 70 liters ADVBags? Can I get the bags separate to fit in my 70 liter base?
The base difference, so from the 16 to the 70, yes, it's a big difference. From the 45 to the 70, it's not that much of a difference from the base. And the bags will fit in, but obviously the holsters will be too big, so they will not be super secure. So it always makes sense to use the proper inner bags for the system. But if you want to DIY it, you are welcome to. We can show the base difference.
We can
no?
basically just take the ADVBag 70, and you can take the inner bags,
Yeah.
or one inner bag from the 45s. Which one? Right side.
Right side, yeah.
And see how much
wait,
they...
wait. So it will fit in, but actually the 45 in the 70, it fits quite well, and you could secure them, but
From the... it's about this much.
yeah, it's like 5 centimeters
Yeah.
shorter on the top. We can,
Let's remove the top bag so people can see it properly.
yeah, you can see. I mean, it's not filled to the max. If you really overfill the 45 bags, you can tighten this one here, but obviously the size from here will always still be the same. You cannot really bend the base plate, so this will get a little bit more squeezed. I would say 45 liter bags and the 70 liter system would work, also to get it quite tight,
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean-
really fill them up. But I don't really see the point. Just put the 70 liter bag and fill it halfway. It will fit better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
And the base difference,
we can take an extreme example. We can take the inner bags from the 16 and put in the 70. I mean, of course it works, but how suitable is it?
this is
Like
yeah.
throwing a sausage in a corridor.
I had it in my mind, and I didn't want to say it, but here we go. But yeah, also the difference from the base is quite visible on these two. So just the comparison of that, I think it's quite easily visible. Wait, I go behind white screen, white background. They are quite a lot smaller, the 16s. And yeah, the 45's not that much. I will show you. Give me a second. Oops. So this is the size comparisons. This one here on this side is 45 and this is 70. So they look really similar. It's just, I would say, a 15% decrease in size in the base, and yeah, that's about it. Oh.
A little bit off topic for tonight, but still very relevant for a lot of people, especially those with a little bit smaller bikes. When are we going to see the smaller lone rider lights? We are working on them. It's just a little bit too much in the pipeline at the moment. We really want to get the quick release system for the native BMW GSA racks out first, and after that we're probably going to focus fully on the smaller lights. But what I can do recommend right now is to, if you aren't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because Andy, or if you speak French, also Baptiste, they are releasing videos every second Friday. So tomorrow is going to be one, not so much about the lights, more going to be of the ADVBags 16 and 45 now, for obvious reasons. But maybe the next email will be a little bit more about the lights. So once we have more to share, they will be the first to share it. Derry 605, does it fit on a horse? Actually,
Greetings to Dubai.
Exactly. Actually, it does. If I can find a question where Kevin can talk for a couple of minutes, I can manage to get you a picture here on the live stream. But not to keep you waiting too long. I'm gonna do it meanwhile while Kevin is talking about something else. So just stay tuned for the next, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and I'm gonna sort it for you. ADVBags 70 all the way, says Johan. Yes, but probably the best for expedition travel.
I'm also still a very big fan of the ADVBags 70, to be honest. It's just the do-it-all. I love them. I love them so much. But also I'm attached to them because of the memories we made.
Oh, yeah.
So we had so many cool trips, and they just, I'd never put a top bag on, like I said, when I go off-road riding, and I've been to the whole UAE, and we've seen so many cool places, and you just have everything you need in 2 side bags, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. So going back to the Motorbags, Lautner, what about the update on your Motorbags? When? Thanks. Yeah. If you're referring now to the new quick release system that we're going to implement on both the Motorbags as well as on the motor panniers, my good guess would be that we launch a pre-sale, most likely. I don't think we're going to have them in stock when we launch, but don't hold me to it. And that's going to be somewhere during the summer. Don't know exactly when yet, but they will come. What is it now? March. The next 3, 4, 5 months away, something like this, just like we did with the motor panniers last year. So very similar to that. So, but we're gonna make a lot of noise around that, so you will not be able to miss it. Trust me. Chrome hydraulics. Can I fit them on my Piaggio? Ciao. Are we getting trolled there, or?
Yeah, I think it's just now become a meme of where we can mount the bags.
What is that, a Vespa? Kind of.
No, Piaggio Ciao, I think is a Duffel, as you say in Switzerland. I think it's a small.
Yeah, this kind of crescent.
I would say the 16s actually would fit really well. With the 70s, it would look a bit odd, but sure. I mean, it has something to attach on the rear. You don't really have foot pegs because you have pedals. Yeah, look, there's a Piaggio Ciao. Yeah,
oh, sorry, I forgot about the horse.
The 16s will work. Yeah, sure. But please send us a picture. Tag me on the picture on Instagram, so I don't want to miss it, to be honest.
One last question before I start looking for the horse picture, which I already have, but I need to somehow get it implemented into the live stream. That's going to be a little bit more tricky, but still, meanwhile, do you guys have any expo appearances? Yes, we were in Sweden last January, 2 months ago, roughly, and then we also recently were in Lyon, and now we're also coming to the Alps, to this Alp adventure something in the French Alps, and I think that's in September. And usually those two, Lyon, are the only events that we participate in. France is one of our strongest markets, so we really want to be present there. Other than that, we haven't really booked anything else for the rest of this year. We'll see what next year looks like, but the only planned live event we're going to do for the rest of 2026 is in September in the French Alps. Here we have something you can have fun with while I try to get the horse picture imported. Does the Moto tent fit on the ADVBags?
Where is it?
I'm gonna get you a Moto tent.
Yes.
Meanwhile.
On which ADVBags?
I think you can start with the 70 because there it's one of the few it actually fits on.
Yeah. Moto tent. So, Moto tent, the small one. Well, should I fit it without the top bag or instead of the top bag or on top of the top bag or?
I'd say you probably have to remove the top bag.
I
don't think the straps are long enough to hug the hole.
I think so.
Try.
So obviously we have a top bag here, so you can always open this, take the top bag out, put the Moto tent in, and then close this. Now it's a bit shit because it's on the table, so the side bags are poking up. But this is always an easy option. So instead of a top bag, take a Moto tent. No problemo. No, it's not. This is what I meant. It will be tight, it will be secure. Doesn't even look that bad in my opinion. It's not straight, but yep. More or less. So this works. Now we will try the extreme version with both, where then again you could also take a car. Oop. So this.
Yeah, but do cars lean in curves?
No. But they have a big trunk, depending on the car. Okay, so this will be a wrestling match again.
Would you recommend this for a GS rider?
This one?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the day cruise setup, no?
It's getting to work, or?
Yeah, it will work.
You need help?
No, I think some random comments from yours would be better. So, Moto tent and top bag will work. It's really a gym workout to carry this. So also for the guy who asked about like security. So if you carry this and then you want to remove it and carry it, because Alex said, yeah, it's no problem, you can take it on your shoulder. You have to be able to lift quite some weight. But it's possible, and like this, it's a nice demonstration of how you walk into your hotel room. Yeah, works. We are like mythbusters here,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like.
What do you say? Is it plausible or is it myth-busted that you can't fit?
You can, and it will fit. It's just the question, why would you do it? Obviously, if you want to carry it. I would rather, I just don't get why, what else do you take if you have to take this on top?
Yeah, but I mean, you go glamping.
True. 10 chairs.
Yeah.
10 chairs and the Moto tent, no problem.
Yeah, a lot of hoodies, but don't forget also you need the tall bags underneath and boat loaders on the top.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can attach like a mini bag to the beaver tail, and
Yeah,
then
and here, yeah, you could. I mean,
like
we should try to fully kit out an ADVBags 70, like to the max.
Yeah, maybe
And
maybe
then
we do that as a finish today. See how much shit we can attach to a set of ADVBag 70.
We should do a race. You race me on my bike, and I race with a fully kitted out ADVBag 70 filled with water or cement.
Probably need to pump your preload then on the rear shock.
Touratech suspension handles it well. So myth. Is it busted? No, it's confirmed.
I don't know.
No, the myth was to take this, so it's confirmed.
There was no myth. There was anyway. It works.
It works.
That's yeah, with a little bit of physical work.
Yeah.
I found the horse picture. Let's see now what button it is to showcase that. So bear with me if something happens.
The horse picture.
I'll film you meanwhile because
Yes.
I don't know which button it is. There are so many buttons on this. It's
I want to see which horse picture. No, this was.
yeah, it's not. So many on his desk. Ah, here we go. Here we go. The still. So this is something that got sent to us shortly after. That's the V1.
But is
ADV
this
Bag
real?
70. Yeah, this is real. This is from our Instagram page. Someone submitted of the ADVBag 70 beer mounted to a horse. I mean, why not? They are, in fact, saddle bags. So I'd say this looks absolutely fabulous. If I would have a horse, this is how I would travel.
Yeah.
Looking for quests.
And now, if you only have a pony, a really small one, or let's say you just have a big dog, not really the money for a horse, the 16s are really good, I would say. I should try to put the 16s on my dog.
Yeah.
But she will hate me. But it would be a cool picture.
Yeah. Next one. Any plans to have a slightly smaller motorbag similar to what you are doing here? Not motorbag in itself. We actually, if you remember, I mean this is very long ago, we actually had a bigger motorbag than what we're offering now. We had a 45 liter and basically it was just wider and otherwise it was the same dimensions around. So from the side it looks identical, from the rear you see it a little bit wider. But I don't think we're gonna shrink the motorbag sizes. They are quite compact as they are, I'd say. We're not looking to make this kind of I think what you're referring to is some other brands they have for sometimes for naked bikes and a little bit more street oriented bikes. They have this kind of this size something and this width that you have like you basically taking a aluminum pannier and just cut it in half.
Like a shoebox.
Yeah, and then you have the upper. I've seen some brands have this kind of system there. It's how would you say? It's basically if you take the ADVBags 16 and just mount them horizontally. That's basically it. So no, we're most likely not making smaller motorbags for what I know right now. I would actually like to slightly, how do you say, extend the capacity a little bit, maybe by a couple of liters or 5 liters or something like this, without making them much bulkier. That's at least what I would do, but not smaller, unfortunately. Can I use a 30-liter Overlander bag as top luggage for the 45-liter ADVBags?
We had it before.
No, we did not have that.
Is this not the Overlander?
No, that's the Explorer bag. I'm gonna get you an Overlander 30 actually. So you can prep the 45s meanwhile.
Jawohl, chef.
The problem with the Overlander bag is that it's a semi-rigid bag, meaning it has an internal, how do you say, inner board that stiffens up the whole bag. So That's why this bag is completely empty. But you see, it's not collapsing because it's basically an inner board that goes around like this all the way to the width.
It will work easily.
So yes, it does work. The only problem with this, instead of going with the Explorer bag, is that it's gonna be much harder to get the side bags in and out of the holsters.
Yeah.
That's basically the main issue here. Yes, you can use the Overlander without the inner board, but that really somehow defeats the purpose. I mean, of course, you get the beaver tail here, you get the backpack straps, and a little bit more attachment points. Otherwise, it's just a duffel bag. So yeah, it does fit if you want to compromise getting the side bags in and out smoothly.
But the Expedition one would be the better choice.
Yeah, the
to carry 30 liters on top.
Yeah, definitely. I would, and I will use the Explorer bag instead of the native top bag for my next trip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this summer. I'm not taking the Overlander just because of the extra work that is required to get it on and off, or get the side bags in and out.
But you will do it on the 70s.
Yes, but it's still the same.
Yeah.
A little bit easier, but it's still interfering. Yeah. The duffel bag is much faster.
But I would say mostly I would choose what I was saying before. Also, while riding on the street, I would say like it's better to take the heavy weight and more weight on the sides than on the top, because also the center of gravity, the higher you go, the worse the bike is kind of riding. So a 70-liter system with a smaller top bag is better, generally speaking, than a smaller, like let's say the 45s with a bigger top bag, even if you have the option. But just riding feel will be, a little bit worse if you do it like this. Yeah,
and also with I mean, it really comes down to, again, common sense.
Yeah.
Just because you're adding a top bag with some light items doesn't mean that the bike will start handling like shit.
No.
It's more or less how you, when you start noticing top weight, apart from a passenger, of course, is when you have, for example, a top case. Top case is a lot of extra dead weight. Top case in itself is quite heavy, especially also with the racks and stuff. And then if you start adding a lot of camera equipment or water and stuff inside, now you're gonna start feeling that slower shift when you're riding in the twisties.
Yes.
Especially off-road also. If you tip over, then it's gonna be much more leverage needed to get the bike upright again.
Yeah.
But if you keep the heavy stuff low and the light stuff up high, then it's negligible.
Yeah.
Negligible.
Bless you.
Anyway, not a native speaker, so. I don't know. Just for the sake of it. Can the ADVBags resist the flames in the heart of Mount Doom in Mordor?
Of course. We tested it.
You simply don't ride into Mordor.
I rode into Moto. And I had ADVBags 16 on my bike, and they resisted the flames. So I think, yes, I think yeah, I think a Spider also, but yeah, I think you know what this is shaping up to be? Mm-hmm. We should collect the best ones and then really make a really nicely produced stupid YouTube video of like resisting flames, water test, like fit them on a horse. I want to see you ride the horse.
Yeah.
Have like the setup on the GS with the girlfriend and the kid on the back, and yeah, we have a lot of really good ideas of what we should have to do with ADVBags.
Yeah. Yeah, we have another one. How many beer cans can you fit in it? Enough, I'd say.
Wow, in which one? In the 70 liters, surely you will be drunk.
Before you even open the second bag?
Yes.
Yes.
I think in the 16s, for well-trained individual, it's still a good evening. And in the 45s, you know, you can serve a few people with it. Yeah. But that, again, like it comes down to liters, no?
Yeah. It's also adding to it that this question is super important.
Yeah, yeah.
Super important.
It's one of the most... I'm really glad I came like 3 hours here to Switzerland to answer how many beer cans fit in the new ADVBags. Yeah, it's really positive for me that the community appreciates the effort we put in, so we can actually, you know, explain the stuff properly. So of course we thought about beer cans in the luggage, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we can fit enough so you won't be thirsty at night.
Let's see. If you add a little compartment where you can hide an air tag would be a good cause. It would help retrieval if they get stolen. Air tag inside. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know if the thieves are getting more and more aware of this now.
Yeah.
Of air tags, I mean, it's, yeah, you can hide it, but
yeah, you can always like, I think it's not really necessary to put a compartment in your luggage, because in general you're not really worried about your luggage as a luggage system, but you're worried about your items in the luggage. So let's say there's something really important, then you just either carry it with you anyway, or that item will have an air tag. So I don't think it's really necessary to have an air tag on your luggage system, I would say. But that's how I would do it, because if I carry something like my wallet or something, it has an air tag, but this is like in my wallet, so I know where it is. But if somebody would steal my luggage system empty, then it's like, it's bad, but it's not like the end of the world. It's not the end of your trip.
Quite good question here. Will a propane gas can fit inside a new bottle bag? I actually have, for this kind of camping stove.
I thought it's a joke again, and I mean the big one.
I'm gonna get, just give me a second. I'm gonna get from my camping stuff, because I have one of these bigger ones.
But I'm pretty sure there will be, you could fit 2 10-liter propane gas bottles in the 70 liters. And then I'm pretty sure it's not really possible to ride through the flames of Moto anymore.
You can put the propane tanks on the left, right, on the top you can put the grill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Camera, are we at here? So this is what I, these last forever for the camping stuff.
Yes.
And let's see, I don't think I can fit both, definitely
No.
not. But one, absolutely for sure. Oh, wait, where is the fuel bottle, the red one?
Sprit.
No, it's in one of the single bottle holders, I remember. Not this one, but it's in here. This kind of MSR fuel bottle or for your camping stuff. So with this one, this is 450 gram.
So you can live off this for 2 months, probably.
This lasts a really long time. I think I spent half of this for my 2-week trip.
Yeah.
This lasts really long. So this one goes inside, no problem. And then we have this kind of conventional MSR fuel bottle, almost 600 milliliters or 20 fluid ounces.
Yeah.
And it's a bit tight. Wait, I have to
But
release
the straps.
buckles. It's still tight. Okay, so they are, I mean, it's doable, but not perfect fit. But a single here and something smaller, definitely no problem at all. So
two on top of each other, probably also. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we can try just to tighten it a little bit.
It's maybe a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
But you would never need 2 of them for
No,
a trip.
no.
Good work.
Come on. So,
Yeah.
and then it's, I don't think it's gonna fall out, but it doesn't look very professional. But again, you don't need 2 of these anyway.
No.
Because you will most likely pass a store where you can buy a new one if you start to run out of one.
Yes.
So, yeah. Room Spike, ADVBags 70 plus the Explorer 30 is the better setup for me. Yes, I agree. That's exactly how I'm gonna run my setup this summer. There's a lot of beer-related questions here tonight.
Welcome to the facial hair show,
Exactly.
hosted by Alex and Kevin.
I think last time during the Black Friday was like 1 or 2 maybe, now it's like every 5th.
Yeah, because we went into it. It's a good topic.
Yeah.
I like it.
Unfortunately, I can't see any timestamps
How
from
old it
when
is.
these questions were asked. I think if I open a new window, I can probably see it there, but not in this pop-out. Psycho, can I suggest a middle ground for the new product versus merch scenario? Can you look into making a motorcycle hoodie? Not sure about ratings across the world in the AA, maybe a AA rated hoodie. Yeah, that's probably, I know what you mean. Actually, I just recently moved to a house and I had to move out literally everything, and I found an old hoodie I bought. It's like a regular hoodie, a little bit thicker. I don't know if it's kind of Kevlar inside, I have no idea. Probably. And it's kind of soft padded, semi-rigid, I don't know, padding inside. And I was like, not the safest to ride around with because they sit so loose. And yeah, and also when it's raining, they soak up like a sponge.
Yeah.
Definitely so. Most likely not, but yeah, we'll see. Remelt is asking, how is the backpack coming along? Is it coming soon? And the small lights. Yes, I remember we were doing sketches of a backpack very long ago. I think it was 5 years ago, something like this. And that ended up in the drawer a little bit because we had to focus on much bigger projects. I think this was even before we released the tank bag. It's really, really long ago. And right now there's no progress at all. If we would do something, we'd probably do new sketches from the beginning, because I think the ones we probably did were just visuals, were not even like practical. So no plans for at least this year of doing any backpacks. The small lights, like I said previously, it's, if you want to know more about those lights, our developers that releases videos every second Friday, once we have more to share, they will share it in their development videos and the Anabaptist. So have a look out for their videos. We have people tuning in from, oh dear, Australia. New Zealand has red stars, don't they?
Oh.
I always mix. You just were in New Zealand. So.
Yeah, but I paid attention to landscape, people,
yeah. It's a
beers,
kangaroo here,
riding,
so I
not to the
expect it
flag.
to be. I assume that it's
I'm
Australia.
sorry, my Kiwi friends, but yeah, I don't know which flag is which. But it's great, and it's the products are perfect for there. Yeah, I really liked it.
We have another question, or two questions, I think. Q1, best fitting for a 2025 R1300 GS Adventure. If you are talking about the ADVBags, it does not really matter. However, it is a little bit tricky to remove the top case rack to fit the ADVBags if you want to have a really slim fit. However, you can, with the top case rack for sure, install the ADVBags, absolutely no problem. They will end up a little bit farther back, and they will be a tiny bit wider because of the handles on the rack. But in this case with the rack, I'd say go for the 70s or 45s. The 16s might be a little bit like wings. Definitely possible, might just look a little bit funny. If you want a really clean fit of the 16s, you have to remove the racks completely, the top case rack. And the second question is a design for the rider or passenger, is from Canada, and it's primarily, I mean, the ADVBags, they are made for a single rider.
Yeah.
That's basically, it's you don't get a rackless luggage system to ride around two up, basically, because number one, the passenger does not have a backrest, and number two, you're saving weight by removing the racks to literally have better handling of the bike, and also that it's lighter off-road, and it's affecting the bike way less because the weight is much closer to the bike compared to racked. I mean, if we take a comparison, just weight to weight ratio, if I go with my GS with empty Motobags or empty, let's say, motor panniers and racks, completely empty, it's just net weight, dead weight, and I go with the ADVBags and I fill them up, so if you put this system side by side and they weigh identical, let's say 15-20 kilos, something like this, all in all combined, the ADVBags filled with gear is less noticeable when you're throwing around the bike quickly on the street compared to if you go with empty panniers. And the reason for this is that the weight is closer to the bike and it's less kind of, how do you say, leverage.
Yeah.
So especially with a top case, the top case, that's really when it starts like being noticeable.
Yeah, it's always where the mass is on the bike and the center of gravity. So basically ADVBags generally are there to take stuff with you but still have the bike perform. I would say moto panniers and all the big racked luggage and all the stuff you can build on a bike, they are always there to be very comfortable, accessible, take a lot of stuff, but it's surely like taking away from, or the performance is not the primary focus. It's more like travel experience, comfort. And ADVBags are always more performance oriented. That's why we built them basically. So you still have all the things, all the features that the bike offers you, riding wise, you can still use them. And like we shown before with the GS, you could take someone on the back. Also on the Tenere, I think it works on the 70 liters, take off the top bag, somebody could sit there. It's for an hour, it's okay, it's not so bad, but it's not made for it. So we have a lot of, like basically everything we've shown so far almost was always like random DIY stuff. Can I combine this with that? It always works, but the way they are built, the way it's designed, it's always the best one. Like that's what it's made for. But you can always like fiddle around and incorporate different things.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, to summarize it, I would not prioritize ADVBags if you ride frequently two up.
Yeah.
For that, I would get a rack system, especially for the sake of the passenger, so he or she can sit securely and don't have or risk falling backwards on a sudden acceleration or whatever.
And anyway, it's a GS, right? Or what
yes,
was it?
or 1300 GS Adventure even.
So anyway, your bike is quite heavy and big, so it's like the gain is not that, like the bike's not gonna, like if you put ADVBags instead of a racked luggage, the impact of the bike's handling is much less on a GS than it would be on a Tenere, where the bike is more light and nimble, or like a Himalayan, what we had before, that with a racked luggage system would feel much different compared to ADVBags. But on a GS Adventure, which is such a big bike, the impact is not so big, let's say.
Yeah, definitely. So we have Remmel Trophy has two questions. I'm gonna take one after another. Is there a replacement for the rear foot pegs? Not yet. We really wanted to release that together with the ADVBags 70, but we ran out of time and a lot of other stuff. So hopefully we'll introduce them as a third-party, not third-party accessory, as an accessory to the ADVBags range for those who need it. The problem is that we just need to make model-specific versions.
Yes.
One for the GS, probably even for the 1300 and 1250 and so on, and one for the Yamaha and one for the KTM, Triumph, all this kind of stuff. So the second question, so you can leave them off and mount them to a clip on your bike instead of rear foot pegs.
No, that would be, I know what he meant, because I said that before on the for the 690s and 700s. There is hooks included, so you can mount the hooks, you can screw them in on the rear tail of your bike if it has plastic there. So I think on the GS not really, because there's nothing there, but on a Tenere, for example, but on the Tenere it doesn't really make sense. You have the tail light, which is much better to fix it. But on the 690 or 701, you can screw those hooks in the plastic of your bike, in the rear tail, and then fix it there. But you will, the front 2 straps or 4 straps, whatever luggage you use, they always need to go to either passenger foot pegs, or if you remove them, to the brackets, or to a part of frame that attaches them on the front. So those straps on the bottom I would not replace with hooks, because there is a lot of force and you need something strong to hold them in place.
Johan wants to see the 70 and 45 liter set side by side.
I think we did it before, but we can do it again.
Let's do it again. Want to mount the top bag as well?
Yeah.
Where's the beaver tail? Here.
Do we need the beaver tail?
Probably not.
The size will be the same. Like we said, visually, very, very similar. Not sure if you could even spot a big difference when you don't know it exactly. So visually, really not that much. But like we shown you before with the bags, when you put them inside, it's just maybe like a 5 centimeter difference in width in the bags, in the side bags. Top bag is a little bit smaller, maybe 5 liters less, I would say.
Let's stand them straight up. I don't know if
it's not much.
Noticeable.
It's literally the same exact system, just shrink down by 15%.
Turn them around, I think it's easier to see the back plate. Because really, when I haven't had time to do that yet, but on the product pages there are there will be comparison images where you can just swipe past, and all 3 sizes are displayed on the Tenere and on the GS, and then you can literally see, because the camera is in the same position, I just left the bike as well in the same position, so I just moved the bags over, and then you can see it's actually a difference, especially you don't think it at first between the 70 to 45, but you can definitely see a difference when they are side by side.
Very nice. Oh. Oops.
Stuart is asking, I think we might have answered this in a previous question, but let's do it anyway. How do these bags do if you're unlucky to have an off? Probably a crash. Definitely interested in the 45 liter version. I own that Triumph 1200 Rally Pro.
Yes, they do really well. We've answered it before, kind of, but it really depends if your bike is hooking up to the floor or not. Like, you can surely like tip overs, no problem. Also, if you crash and the bike slides and it doesn't hook onto anything, nothing will happen. Also, the material doesn't really scratch or doesn't really get damaged. We didn't have many like slices or something. Obviously, if you ride a lot through bushes and branches and stuff, you will see some marks, but it never broke the fabric. Like, I never had a hole in it. Also, Sandro's luggage, I think it never had any holes in the holsters. But if the luggage hooks onto a stump, a rock or whatever, you will break the straps. This is the first thing that will break, and they are detachable. So if you are smart and you do a big trip where this is important, or you think, okay, now I'm gonna go really off-road, it's always smart to take tools anyway and take the spare straps. So if one breaks from a crash, you can always replace the strap. It's literally one screw and the strap is new and you can go on riding.
I have another non-ADVBags related question. I have a large moto case on the GS. Can I mount an Overlander bag on the pillion seat and attach to the motor case mount. If you're referring to mount them on this at the same time, yeah, yes, definitely possible. You might need, depending on what your setup is, if you still have the side pannier racks or not. Otherwise, in worst case, you have long straps included with the Overlander that you can use to cinch it down to maybe the subframe or something like this. Otherwise, if you want to remove the top case and put the Overlander on the top case plate instead, that's super easy. You just need to thread the Overlander straps first, and you can't really leave them, I think, if you want to mount the motor case back to the plate, because the straps will interfere a bit with the sliding movement when you lock it in. But definitely possible. It's just depending on how you want to dial in your setup. Oh, here we have early bird. Western Canada. What time is it there? Now it's before lunch at least. Or is it lunch? Maybe 12.
Western Canada is West Coast US. It's 12 hours back, so it's 9 in the morning.
Yeah. 12 hours?
Yeah.
Is it that far behind?
Yeah.
California is 9 hours. But Western Canada...
It's 9. Yeah, true, it's 9. It's not 12. Yeah. Should be 9 or 10. Yeah, depending. Yeah.
Antonio, can in case I have the GSA bars in the back, if you're referring to the top case rack, you can mount the ADVBags 70 and 45 and 16 as well. It's just going to look a little bit funny. 70 works definitely. It's not much noticeable. Sometimes it's even necessary to have the rack in this case, unless you want to have the setup very far forward. If you remove the top case racks, also possible, but they will come very close to your boots. Other than that, no problem. 16, if you want to mount the 16, then you can easily remove the rack without having any interference with your legs, definitely. But all 3 models fit the GSA, definitely. Another off topic for tonight. Recently bought the side motorbags for my Pan America, looking to get the motor case 42 liters, but no direct info available for mounting it, and what the interface dimensions are. Yes, I don't think we have a rack mounting plate or this rack attachment plate for the Pan America. In this case, you will probably need to do a DIY solution somehow. I personally cannot recommend which of the plates to get. You probably need to compare them, because we have photos of each and every one on the website, and see which one that is most likely to fit your specific set of top case rack. If you have the native one, I think it's from SW Motec, but I know Touratech also makes racks for that bike, sometimes OEM as well. It really depends on the rack, but that's the closest. I've seen other people drill their own holes in a plate to fit them to a bike that we would never make a rack plate for. I mean, older bikes, really old, small bikes. It's possible. Just make sure you know what you're doing, because it can be dangerous when alternating or drilling your own holes for, you know, how do you say, how well they attach and stuff. So if you're not 100% sure, then I would recommend to contact like a local workshop, dealership, something where people have experience from this kind of custom made stuff to help you out, so everything is safe and secure.
Safety first.
Yes. We are behind in questions. 2 hours in.
2 hours.
Are you going back to Germany tonight, or?
Think so.
Otherwise, hotel just outside. Anyway. Is there somewhere I can get interface dimensions? Didn't find anything on the website. I think you're referring to the inner bags. Not sure if they are specified. We could do it, definitely. Usually we just specify the volume, the liters, instead of the dimensions, because it's soft bags. The dimensions are not always perfect. I mean, not perfect in the sense of manufacturing, but They are a little bit rounded. They are a little bit, especially when it's soft, it's not like a box. It's a little bit different. So yeah, we'll see if we can get something on the website at least. The Digital Nomad, I guess you don't need a rack to put on a proper Tenere 660 XTZ.
No, you don't need a rack. For the like 660, yeah, I know how it looks. You can just fit the ADVBags. You will have a taillight section to attach it on the rear, 2 straps to the front, and you're done. So you don't need a rack. That's why the fitment of the rackless system is so universal. So it fits probably all the bikes which are made to travel, and yeah.
Does it fit on a CRF 1100, the Africa Twin? Yes,
Yes.
it fits very well. Might need to remove the top case rack handles. I'm not sure. I think I saw something about this, but it should be possible. And
It looks cool on the bike.
yeah, no, it definitely fits. I've seen many doing or mounting the ADVBags to the Africa Twin, so it definitely fits. Michael just bought the 45 liter for my wife for her Zonte 125 G1 Scrambler. Thanks a lot. I'm sure she's gonna be very, very happy with that. It's gonna look great. And the Boomerang biker has tuned in, finally. It's, what is it? It's probably 9 in the morning there now, I think. Australia. I don't know exactly where in Australia. But it's, they give or take, 12 hours
12
ahead of
hours.
us. And then we have a guy from Germany. Says it looks great. It does.
Hello to Germany.
Manuel, what are the biggest changes compared to the older ADVBags?
Which older? The 70 liters.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Old, it's half a year.
Yeah. The biggest changes is just the size. Literally, we took the same concept, the same ideas, and just applied it to different sizes. On the 16 liter, we have less straps attaching to the bikes because we don't need them, because the volume is so much smaller. So the weight is a lot less, and they are not gonna move around. So we don't need 2 buckles in the front. So they only have 1 strap. That's like the only difference on the 16 liters. And they don't have a top bag included. But as we showed you before, or also in the launch video, you can always mount a tail pack if you need it. The rest of the system is exactly the same idea, just the sizing is different. And yeah, also the purpose of the system is exactly the same. It should be easy to fit, it should not interfere with your riding, it should be secure on the bike, it should be, if something, we had the scenario before with crashing, if something breaks, the stuff that breaks should be easily replaceable so you can still continue with your trip. And yeah, that's all the features that make the ADVBags so good and so popular with you guys. So that's what we took, and we just adapted it to fit more needs of people. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see your travel pictures.
Definitely. Another question we've already answered is if we've worked out a fueling solution for either system for the 701 on 690, and not yet. But it's coming. Definitely, we've had quite frequent questions regarding this since ever we released the 70 liter ADVBags last year. So it's coming, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this year, maybe next year. But we're working on it anyway, so it will come. I think we have missed something. This question is probably asked, but when will the release be?
The release was...
I'm not sure what this relates to, if there's something else I talked about the upcoming product or something else. So Not sure which product.
So if you mean the ADVBags, they are live now.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to the website.
Yes, the ADVBags, haven't checked the sales stats, but they should be flying off the shelves as we're speaking.
Hopefully they're not sold out yet.
Exactly. Last time it went very quickly.
Yes.
ADVBags first batch, that was quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, these also, people have literally been screaming.
Yeah.
For the smaller sizes. So I think, which one do you think is gonna sell first?
The 16.
16s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, if I would have to choose two, like if I would already have the 70s, then I would buy the 16s and then I would have everything I need. Obviously, if you don't have anything yet, then maybe the 45 is the good option. So it's really well done because you don't really know. I'm lucky I have all three, so I can just choose which one I need. But I would say from this new batch, I say the 16s because also the price is really attractive. So I think we will see a lot of 16s on dual sport bikes, on maybe some enduro bikes, light travel bikes, and they're just really cool.
Yeah, I mean the 16s, like I said before, it's a really good system for like day trips anyway, where you don't necessarily, and it's one of those few systems that you don't feel, even if you would fill the bags with water, you wouldn't feel the system.
No,
that's the thing, because you add then technically 16 or like can it be 18 kilos including the bags to the bike, but they are so close to the frame, so you would probably not feel much at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's gonna make them so popular, because they are, for day trips, they're absolutely my favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Travel, they are of course way too small. So there's 70s are still my favorite. 45s are like you said, they have a medium.
Yeah.
For people that doesn't require, or when they travel in very warm climates where they don't need to bring very thick sleeping bags and pillows and that kind of stuff. So yeah. That's difficult to say. I don't know. I'm 50-50 between the 45s and 16s, which one is going to sell out first. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Here's a good question, actually. If a case of a crash scenario, one of the ADVBags parts, holster or dry bag, is damaged, is it possible to purchase a replacement part? Technically, yes. The thing is just, I don't know when we will have spare parts available. This is something you can ask our customer service. What I do know is that no, you cannot replace a holster, but you can replace that base plate, because the holster is sewn to that base plate. Yeah. So yes, you can pick those parts and the inner bags, of course, everything that is separable as the bags come in the package, parts wise. You should be able to order them that way as spare parts. But check with customer service, they know this much better than me, and they can also probably answer when such spare parts will be available for the different sizes. Luggage GS, will the rackless motorbags for the 1300 GS also be available at some point? Yes, they will be. Probably that's going to be our next project after the GSA rack quick release system is finished and out. That's when we're going to start with the standard GS, like Vario system, if you call it. Gregory, is it possible to attach the tall bag V2 on the OEM R1300 GS Adventure front side plate? Yes, it is. If you go to the previous live stream we did during Black Friday, and then that was one of the last things, I did it several times, but one of the last things I did in that live stream was to showcase how to attach a mini bag to the side panels of the GSA. Tall bag is exactly the same. It should be exactly the same, maybe minus one of the molly panels, but you attach it with the G-hook straps primarily, and then you have one of the molly straps to just fixate the bag so it doesn't move up and down as much. But check out that live stream, because I showcased it several times, but in the end of the video, that's the easiest to find. Steph GS Rider, can you mount a tail pack to the 16-liter ADV bag?
Can you repeat the question?
What's happening?
I was distracted.
Steph GS Rider is asking if you can mount a tail pack to the ADV bag 16.
Of course.
Yes.
And I can show you how to do it. We have a tail pack.
You just brought the tail pack.
Yeah. So, this is the 16s, and this is the tail pack, and then you have these hooks on the system itself. Then you just place the tail pack in which way you want, or hook it first. Boom. It's actually very easy to do.
I think that's the old tail pack actually.
Could be.
Yeah,
and then you have straps here, and you just tighten it. I don't have to do it now. But then it will be like this. It will be secured. You have the straps here, but they're like neat and tidy now. And then it will sit exactly like this, and it will be nice.
Just a tiny correction. You're using these loops. See if you can see it. So instead
the outside one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So like this.
I didn't even see them.
Yeah.
Not the most experienced with tail packs because, like I said before, I'm mostly going off-road, so I never put anything on top. But yeah, these hooks are better.
I really wonder where my official tail pack went, because that's the old one with the metal G hooks anyway. Got lost somewhere.
Yeah, so here these hooks are better suited for it. But here you have more, so there are so many possibilities to attach stuff on these systems. It's really nice.
On the Africa Twin, the exhaust stops halfway down the passenger seat. Won't the exhaust be burning the bags this way?
No, because in the bags is a heat shield that is included. So you have a heat shield and you have a, what's the name called of the clamp? A hose clamp,
yeah,
I think.
hose clamp something.
It's just a hose clamp and you have the heat shield. Do you have one here?
Yes.
Then we can show the heat shield. So there's a heat shield included in the bags, and then you can just put the heat shield on the exhaust. So then if the bags would normally sit on the exhaust, they would now sit on the heat shield, and the heat shield does exactly what a heat shield is supposed to do. It shields the heat away from the bags, so the bags don't burn. Exactly.
I found my lost tail pack.
Oh, here it is. So this is what comes with the bags. We just have two massive hose clamps to fit probably every exhaust in the world. Then you have this. You can stick it on the inside, and it's basically like this foil heat shield.
Reflecting.
Yeah, heat reflecting. So you stick it in here, you cut it, and then you attach this hose clamp around here, and this basically shields the heat. So the bag will sit here, exhaust will be on the inside, and you will have no problem with the bag touching your exhaust. Very clever idea.
Boomerang Biker, he has the 30-liter Overlander, and it's his favorite for day trips. And the motor case is great quality, but I don't like the pins on delivery look. I'd love to see an Overlander with quick entry. Yes, that's also something that has, for me at least, the Overlander. It used to be one of my favorite bags because it's so modular and it has so many like features and stuff. But at the time when I was like shooting all my videos, especially when going on photo rides, it takes a lot of time opening and closing the bag. So yeah, definitely. But if you're referring to the Overlander with a quick release, not really sure. If you could rephrase the question maybe. But if you're referring to having the Overlander like with a quick release plate to the same plate as the motor case, then yes, I think it was about to be developed, and then it was not really a market for it, so I think we stopped it. But there should be some kind of straps that you can, for the slots in the plate for where you attach the top case, that you can just, instead of the straps that you loop around and attach and then roll up the excess straps on the Overlander, those straps, they should be straps in the process, or I can't remember, to be completely honest, that you just fit inside these slots, and then it locks automatically like a fish hook on the way back, and that way you get a really kind of a quick release Overlander system, but not really, but still. Stewie, ADVBags 70 on a BMW F900 GS. Yes, if you go watch our launch video we did last year of the ADVBags 70, in that video, in the end, when we showcase the heat shield, we are using an F900 GS there as well. We also have, if you scroll back on our Instagram page, from where I think June last year, you're gonna see a couple of F900s with the ADVBags 70 attached, but you need to scroll a bit. But you're gonna find them there if you want to see what it looks like.
And it looks really cool on this bike. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it fits really well.
I really like the look of the F900 with the ADVBags.
Yeah, ADV girl, you could fit the fuel bottle and a jet boil and the bottle holder. Win. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's a good idea. I think that's something I'm gonna do for my Scandinavia trip this year, because the more space you can save inside the bags, the better it is.
Yeah.
Okay, dinner has arrived apparently. Thank you very much.
So, and here I present to you the ADV pizza. Oh wow, it looks really good.
So our Bruno der cameraman is a little bit hungry at the moment, so yeah, I'm gonna let him eat. Okay, meanwhile, Digital Nomad. So I have the Touratech Luggage plate, I think it should say, on my 660 XTZ 10RA. Is this a rackless system? Will it work, and is it 2 times 2.5 22.5 liter bags or 2 45 liters?
So it is a rackless system, so you don't need any rack plates or luggage system on your bike. So on a 660 it should fit without anything, so you can remove everything what's there. And it is, so the number on the bags is always the total volume capacity. So the 16 has 16 liters divided onto 2 inner bags on the side, so 2 times 8 liters. The 45, as we elaborated before, should have 15 liters each, so 15 liters on the side and 15 liters on the top. And the 70 liters has, what was it, 25 on the sides? Or no,
yeah,
it's
25, 25 and 20.
25 on both sides and 20 liters on the top. So that's how we get to 70.
Very good. And Andreas is happy that we checked the gas can compatibility. It was not a joke.
Cool. Yeah.
That's good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Another question about the backpack. If we are planning to release one. Planning, yes, sometime in the future. It's not really on the roadmap just yet, but most likely at one point it will come. But it's not a super high priority for us at this point. But you never know. 6 months it can be different. We'll see. And we have Let's Ride tuning in from, oh, is it South Africa? No, I'm so bad with flags.
I'll tell you.
This is
South Africa.
South Africa. I should know. Half the team is from South Africa.
And also it's Let's Ride _ ZA.
ZA is South Africa.
South Africa.
Good. Learn something new. Good. I'm gonna hear that for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Must be good questions if you're giggling.
It's questions in German, and I think they're...
In German?
Yeah,
I would love to have you... Please read a German question. Come on.
Stabile Bizeps beim Kev. Oh, that's you. Wie viel Fruchtzwerge kriegt man in der 16 Liter für die Gains?
Fruchtzwerge kriegst du da sicher... Boah. Hey. 100 Stück rein? Yeah. If you open them... So we are talking about small German yogurts. I'm not sure if Fruchtzwerg is a thing outside of Germany.
A fruit dwarf.
Fruit dwarf is the word.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like this tiny little yogurt thing that every German kid had as a child.
Is it those super tiny?
The super tiny ones, yeah. And also in summertime, their advertisement was like they would sell sticks, so you could stick it in, put it in the freezer, and then you had ice cream.
Funny thing, my girlfriend just told me about this like 5 days ago, because we were in the grocery store, and I was like, I saw this literally.
Yeah.
These
yogurts. It's tiny.
It's like two
like
small spoons.
One egg.
Yeah.
The size of an egg.
It's half an egg. Are super tiny. And then she said exactly that. You put them in the freezer with a stick, and then you have ice cream.
Yeah. So, but I'm pretty confident on 100 of them. But that has to be seen in a later video. We have to. Yeah, we will test it.
All right. Do you have plans for a taller side stand foot extender for the 1300 GS Adventure? I'm vertically challenged, and that lean angle, especially when on off-camber trails. I know exactly what you mean. I'm not short, but I struggle as well. Fenrir, which is a colleague of mine, he has a 1300 GS Adventure as well. Same problem. Everyone complains about the super short side stand of the GS Adventure. I don't know what the hell BMW was thinking. It's absolutely perfect on the GS. And the GS Adventure, it's leaning so much that it's like, oh, it's gonna tip over. So the slightest you park your bike leaning the way that the street leans a bit, you risk tipping the bike over because it's so short. I've even seen other kind of, not brands, but people doing like this
extension.
Yeah, how do you say, this kind of heels, like 4 or 5 centimeters side foot extension, like brackets, just to cope with a brutal lean angle that the GS Adventure has on the side stand. So yeah, I lifted a question, but I don't think it was like important enough, or we were a little bit too busy at the moment. But I've personally requested this product, that we should probably do something about it. Maybe not 5 centimeters, but at least 25-30 millimeter would be good, definitely, because it's absolutely horrible, the lean angle on the GS Adventure when it's parked on the side stand. Really bad. Okay, final question from Psycho tonight. How good do you think the 16-liter bags would look on an MT-07 for taking a few things to and from work without the need for a backpack?
I think it would look really good because they are slim, and the MT-07 is quite an aggressive bike. You should also be able to attach them on the rear, on the like taillight number plate section thing. So would be cool to see it. I haven't seen one yet, but I think it would look really cool, and especially for that use case. I think it's really cool because obviously backpack, you have to carry it around, and like this you just take it to work, and yeah, I could see it. I could see it. It will fit really nice, I think.
Here we have a good question. It was not asked earlier actually. Can the V2 bottle holder be mounted on the molly panel of the motor case? Yes, definitely. Thanks to the loops of the G-hook straps. I'm not sure how visible it is, but if you go look at the video we uploaded about a month ago about the ASMR riding in Norway, if you look at the first 5 minutes, you're gonna see kind of a close-up quickly of the bottle holder V1, but in a prototype stage. I attached it to the MOLLE panel of my motor case. It fits really good. It can be tiny bit tricky just to get it through because the MOLLE panels on the motor case do not flex at all. So you really need to like pre-bend the loops on the G-hook straps so it goes out nicely, and then you just hook it in from the other side. Works really well and fits really stable, and I was really happy with it. I did 6,000 kilometers, absolutely no problem. It was really good. I actually kept, I think on one side I kept some water bottle, and on the other side I kept my coffee jar. That was really good. Okay, we are tuning in from Greece, from Athens. Up to which size of bags are suitable if they're away from the original exhaust of the BMW R1300 GS Adventure? Yes, I've answered this already, but let's do a quick recap. So with the top case, original or third party, doesn't matter. The 70 and 45s that fit really good. I would say that's the optimal, to leave the top case on so you can attach it to it. For the 16s, because they are so much narrower, you would need to remove the top case rack, regardless of the brand, if it's the original or not. Because otherwise, I mean, you can mount them, but they're gonna look like wings somehow, because the base plate is so narrow. For that, I would remove the top case rack completely and then use the passenger seat as the base where the base plate goes onto, and then you strap the loops underneath, just as we show in the instructional video for the ADVBags 70. You just go underneath the frame or subframe or rear mudguard or whatever you would call it, and attach the rear like that, and then you just strap the fronts in the passenger foot peg brackets, and it's done. Looks really good. Now we need to do some research here. Will they fit my Z900 RSSE from 2024?
I have no idea what that bike is.
I have no idea, so let me Google just quickly and I can tell you right away. Z900 RSSE. Was it? Yeah, 2024. RSSE, okay. Oh, I expected more of a kind of a naked sport bike when I said Z900.
Yeah, it's like a...
Just so you know what I'm talking about, let me quickly get this up so people can have a look. Does this work? Oh, just give me a couple of seconds. So this is the bike in question, and I mean, it definitely looks like it should be compatible. Not really sure with the ADVBags 70. You might need a heat shield for the exhaust, maybe, because I think they will come very far down. But again, it's a little bit difficult to see the proportions of everything here. But I'd say
should work.
Should work.
Yeah.
Should be a fairly good fit. But yeah, I mean, the ADVBags, they are universal. So it's just come down to the overall size. I think the 45 should be a safe bet. Definitely the 16s also. 70 might come down a little bit low, so you might need to use the heat shield, but it should work. We have Josh. Talked to him this morning actually. 16 liter is the perfect day pack, literally perfect. And if you're an ultralight rider, you could get a weekend overnight with it. Then you really need to go ultralight.
Yeah,
really.
But for me, I could go a weekend like this.
Yeah, with the 16s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Depending, like if you want to sleep outside, then maybe it's tight with a tent. Could work. I have a really light tent, small tent.
Yeah.
Then you literally you take underwear and you take a backpack and you take some snacks in your backpack, and then you still have a proper
Yeah.
light and nimble bike. But let's say you go for a weekend and you sleep in a hotel or in an Airbnb somewhere, then you can take, you know, a pair of slippers or whatever and some normal clothes, no problem. So I think it could work for a weekend, yeah.
Is there a UK supplier? I'm definitely interested in the 45-liter version. Obviously, I'm also interested in the front crash bar bags. Yes, we have installation centers. However, we also have a distribution warehouse in the UK. So if you order through our website, there is absolutely no added fees or custom imports or anything that adds up to the sum that you see on the website. I'm not sure if we have anyone that has demo of these bags. Definitely not now because we just released them. So if you want to see them firsthand, might be a little bit tricky, but check our website. We have a few installation centers, and if they want to stock it up for demo, you can always contact them. Otherwise, you can order straight from our website. And the price you see, like I said, that's the price you pay. There's nothing extra added because we ship domestically in the UK. Luggage GS, I currently have the DE Motec, probably SW Motec tank bag on my GS 1300. I'd like to get one from Lone Rider. It matches the rest of my luggage better. Will they be releasing the one that is compatible with the 1300? Yeah, the thing is with the standard GS 1300 is that you need a quick release tank ring for that to work. Because the thing is, our tank bags on the 1300 standard GS, the clearance between the tank and the handlebars is too tight. You crush the buckles when you turn the handlebars. GS Adventure works, but not the standard GS. And right now we have no plans this year at least to develop a quick release system for the tank bag. So until further notice, it's not any good news for GS riders, unfortunately, regarding our tank bag. But yeah, I tried. I really wanted to mount the tank bag, but it was just not secure enough. I would crush the buckles every time I turned the handlebar bags if the stuff moved slightly. So not right now, unfortunately. Here we have a good question. Can you show all the tools and accessories included with the ADVBags?
Yes,
So
we can.
So for this, where did I put everything after we shot the video?
I don't know.
I think I have them inside. Give me a few
So,
seconds.
first thing that's included, heat shield. We showed it before. 2 hose clamps, heat shield, and this heat shield foil that you glue inside. That's included in every set, and the rest Mr. Alex has to find.
Yeah, I'm on an adventure trying to find where I put all the stuff. Give me a few seconds here. I think I found something. The thing is, there's a little bit different. You have a base kit with each ADV bag. So basically what you get, we start with the base kit. So what you get is like this merch kit with a buff and a keyring and some stickers and stuff.
It's really good.
Yeah, and then you get a spare
Strap.
This is an attachment strap.
Yeah.
Not adjustment strap. And then you get also 2 valve caps. That's at least what I found when I unboxed the bags.
Yeah.
Here's just one. Here's the other one.
Here's the other one. In case one breaks,
Yes.
but they don't. We never had it.
And then you also get a spare compression strap, and that's the one that goes inside the holsters, that you tighten the holsters still so they don't move as much when you're riding off-road. You get a set of open anchors. Let's zoom in a bit.
That's the ones we spoke about before for the 701.
So basically I'm just gonna unbox one here now. So they look like this, which means you can slide the strap in very nicely without having to redo the whole thing, which is much faster. Otherwise you have to thread the webbing through every time if it would be closed. So this one basically goes into the fender of the bike somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show it over here for those bikes that need it. So what is it? Something like this, or is it the other way? I think it's
No, it's like this. Yeah.
So you attach them, whatever, like this, if you don't want to pull the straps underneath. So that's how you attach them. And then you get screws, you get nuts, you get washers, all that kind of stuff.
And important, you get Loctite. So Loctite your screws. Also, when you build the bags, I usually do it if I have time, if it's not too stressful. But if you have time, take an hour or something and just do it nicely. Then you will never have to redo it again. You won't lose screws. And heat shield I showed you before. Stickers buff, keyring, really cool.
And then you also, of course, this is just a tiny part of it, but you get full, like the screws to assemble the base plates together because they come in 3 pieces. You get a tool, and this is where you use the Loctite. For these ones, you have locking nuts, so you don't need to use Loctite that necessarily. Heat shield, of course, that's the base kit with the ADVBags 45. Let me think a bit. I think that's for the 16 and 45. With the 70s, you also get a tent pole bag.
Yes.
Which you have on behind you there on
this one
on the wall. So that's only included with the ADVBags 70.
Because there it makes sense, and you mount it like this in front of the. They go here. You have space, so you put this right there.
If you want to separate the tent poles from the rest of the tent for any reason. Okay. Oh, now it's jumping around. Yeah, to revert back to Boomerang Bike there, opening and closing the Overlander is pain in the butt. Quick access would be an improvement. Yeah, definitely. That's also what I said. The pro with the Overlander, it's that it's so gas tight. The con, it takes time to open and close, basically. The only way to get a quick opening is that remove the backpack straps, remove the beaver tail, and then it's faster. But if you want to go it even faster, then you need to implement some kind of zipper, and now you compromise the waterproofness of the bag as soon as you start using zippers. So yeah, we'll see. If you have any ideas, please share. Yeah, Josh, the question after or the comment after an Overlander with a quick access zipper opening for quick gear access would be epic, and yes, of course it would be. It's just how long will it be waterproof and rainproof? Because zippers, I mean, also when they are exposed to so much opening and closing, especially if you're riding in dusty environments and it rains and that dust turns into mud, and that mud or the stones and sand inside start to grind, and then it gets dry again and the zipper dries up, and then it starts to like getting harder and harder to close, and people start like janking everything. And at one point the zipper is gonna either break or start leaking, and then we need to send them a new bag. So yeah, it's all about finding that balance and what you prioritize. Quick open access, yeah, but longevity, if you really need to keep your gear and apparel dry and dust free as much as possible, nothing really beats a roll top closure, basically. Here we have another one. Do you think the 45-liter ADVBags will fit a KTM 390 Adventure R?
Yes, and they will look really cool. Also, 390 also has a very slim rear end of the bike, so the base plate and everything will look really nice. Also, the 70s and the 16s will look really cool on this bike. It's the perfect, like these bikes all like the, let's say from a Tenere down to a 390 Adventure, which is like the small ADV bikes, to the medium size ADV bikes, it will always look really cool, the whole range. It will fit. They are all from the shapes somewhat similar and just perfect for the ADV bags. Even on the GSs, like the bigger ones or Africa Twins, they still look really cool, but as Alex mentioned before, for example, on a 1300 with the original rack on the back, the 16s, they are so small compared to the size of the bike then it will look like a small thing on the rear end, but on a 390, all the bags look really, really cool.
Okay, let's do side by side of all three systems. Josh, want to see what they look like side by side. So here we have the 70, and then we have the 45 and the 16. Let's see if we can get them a little bit more lined up so they...
Yeah.
So something like this. It's quite good size comparison as well, I'd say. So here you can see. Now these have the bottle holders attached to the bottom, because I was out riding, shooting last Sunday. And that's basically, that's my go-to setup. Because it's always nice to have the bottle, drinks close at hand without having to opening the dry bags.
And obviously the 45s don't have the beaver tail on them right now, but the size will be the same.
Yeah. Good?
Very good.
Perfect. Going back to the side stand, like I said, Joachim or Fenner ADV, he has the Adventure as well, and he says it's really no joke. And I think probably 99% of GSA riders can agree on this. I don't know why they made the side stand so short on the GS Adventure. It makes absolutely no sense. Hopefully they're... I think I've even seen other brands, they address that early and have like a adjustable side stand. I can't remember what brands that did that, but I've seen it. It's like you can extend the side stand and really make it personal, which is a really good idea.
Yeah.
It's just, make it safe. Thanks for answering all my questions. Was watching with a friend and we both go for the 70. Thanks a lot. You're going to be super, super happy with that system. Especially if you're doing long traveling and need to pack as much gear as possible. If you're riding in cold weather and stuff. Here we have one. I have your panniers. Would I have to take off my rack to use the new bags? No, not necessarily. The ADVBags will for sure fit better without racks, but you can of course mount them without taking the racks off. It's just going to look very funny. 100% possible, but yeah, not optimal. Here's a guy that has a C650 GT, and what size is best, 45 or 70?
So I think mounting wise, because 45 and 70 are so close in sizing of the base plate, it really depends on what you want to use it for. The 70s, like we said, it's more the longer trip, cold weather stuff, so you can take more things with you. And the 45s, just a little bit smaller, perfect for a week or two in dry weather. So just comes down to your personal preference of what you want to do with it. Do you need all the capacity of 70 liters? Then go for the 70. Or if you want to have it more compact and a little bit more neater looking, then I would go for the 45. But mounting wise, it's the same. So I think it's not really, it doesn't make a big difference of the volume. It's, yeah, it's just what you want to use it for.
Here we have one. I see there's one heat shield supply, but he has 2 pipes. Help! I think you can buy a second heat shield as an accessories should be able to at least. Check with our customer service, reach out to them and at loanriding.com, and they will be able to support you here. Maybe even send one for free, we'll see. I'll let that decision over to them how to sort that, but it should be available as an accessory. Are you planning a tank bag to be compatible with the OEM mounting system on the BMW R3900 GS Adventure? Not natively as of right now, but we'll see. If the demand is big enough, then we would probably consider it. But I don't think we have any plans for it right now. Same person. Do you have plans to develop other products for the 1300 GS Adventure, like a windshield, a longer side stand, motor pegs, or similar accessories? Yeah, next up is going to be the native quick release, or the quick release system that fits with the native racks, side racks of the bike. And I know we had discussions of a windshield very shortly after the 1300 was released. I don't know really what happened. It was on the drawing board, but then I don't know if it got downgraded in priority. But other than that, after the new quick release system, I'm not really sure. We'll see if we're gonna have any more really GS Adventure or GS specific products that are not universal that we'll be releasing. Not anything that I know of right now, but yeah, we'll see. Nomad on a GS, here is a good question. Oh, I look forward to this. On the website, there's a color option to choose, but only showing gray. Will there be more color options in the future? And to address this, we are actually thinking of it. Definitely, big time thinking of colors. I think Andy will probably address this and see what color mixes or color schemes you most likely would like to see our ADVBags have. What would be your take? What colors would you want?
In colors, it really depends on your bike and personal taste. But I put the question to you if it would be possible to do a limited edition or something, like something with a little bit of a personal touch. I would really like it because we have so much space, and obviously we can implement colors, and we have some, accents, but we kept them very clean so they fit every bike. It's a universal system. So I think, the obvious, the blue, the red, the green, maybe yellow, like to fit all the different colors of bikes. But I think also some more country-specific ones could be cool, like a UK theme, like red, blue. South Africa would look cool. Yeah. Just have it a bit more personal, I don't know. It's a very good question, and also how to design it. It's very easy to do it like accessory stuff in different colors. Like for example, red straps would look sick, in my opinion. Because especially on the 70 liters, it's such a big part of your bike if you have them on the bike. So if it's all red, it's like very bright. But for me, I would do my luggage, if I could customize it my way, I would leave them mostly like they are, but just add some touches and some personal stuff. So maybe colored straps would be cool, in my opinion. And yeah, just some nice options. What colors would you take?
The thing is, I like this kind of subtle contrast. Not this super poppy, like super blue, super red, super something. I like more these muted colors, if that makes sense. Like how do you say, beige, for example. Yeah. Maybe some green tones.
Some sand.
Yes, exactly, sand, khaki. I don't know the exact name for it. And really mix them in a nice way. Yeah. And really, the thing is, it should almost look like a new product, even though the patterns and everything is the same, but it looks like a brand new product because of the colors.
What about a snow camo for your Arctic adventure?
Exactly, that would be something.
Could be good.
Yeah.
There is a million options, but yeah, then we also have to be realistic, and it's you cannot do everything. You can never fit anybody's taste. This fits anybody's taste.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And then you also, I mean, I think we have 5 or 6 distribution warehouses, which means if we're making one color, it's gonna be in and out of stock for different regions frequently, unless we do something that goes super well with the audience and they buy it continuously. So that's always, I mean, limited editions are probably a good way to start things, to like see how the interest amongst the audience is at the moment, and basically take it from there. But I think that would be something for Andy to take up in his videos, to do a poll: what kind of colors, what kind of limited edition is, and then.
But there is so much potential in colors.
Definitely. Something we probably already answered when this question was written, is that what exactly do you get with the 45 kit, please? So just to summarize it, you get the base plate with the holsters, you get the beaver tail, you get the 3 inner bags, 2 side bags, 1 top bag. You get the padding that you put underneath so you don't scratch your bike from the screws and stuff. You get all the hardware, I mean, screws to install, the tools to install, the Loctite. You get the open anchors with all the installation materials there as well. You get the spare compression strap, the spare attachment strap, 1 or 2 spare valve caps, and the heat shield, of course.
And the merch. You forgot the merch.
Yes,
you get a buff, you get a keychain.
With the buff and the keychain and the stickers and stuff. So that's what's included. What's not included with the 45s that you find in the 70s is the tent pole bag. The rest is included. The rest is identical across all bags, as far as I remember.
Yep.
And Stuart is happy. Just like to say thanks for answering my questions. Definitely going to purchase the 45 liter, as I have plans for some small trips to Wales in the UK this summer. Thanks again, and thanks a lot for considering and for ordering.
And have fun.
Yes,
in
definitely.
Wales.
We're reaching the bottom of this question list. And we have the last one for today, unless more are coming in. What is the maximum internal dimensions for the 70 across the seat without them starting to flare out? So I think he's asking how wide seat can you have until the bags start to look like wings?
Doesn't really matter, I feel like, because even if it's super wide, then you will still bend the base plate. So the base plate of the bags itself will bend, and if your seat would be, because there's no bike which is like, at least I don't know any bike which is like 50 centimeters wide, but even if, then it would still bend. So you could, in theory, mount it on this table, kind of. Then it would just bend out. I think there's no restrictions on width of the seat.
Now, I think it's not so much about the seat. It's more or less if you leave a top case rack with grab handles. That's the biggest concern. And yeah, the bigger the system gets, or if you put it the other way, the 70s, they can handle a lot with the original top case racks with grab handles, and the smaller you go, the more weird it's going to start look like. The 16s definitely. 45s are probably also going to start looking a little bit like wings. So for the smaller sizes, I would definitely recommend remove the top case rack or the grab handles for an optimal fit and look, I'd say. Here we have one. Will the 45 liter fit well on the 2018 R1200 GS? What additional kit is required? Yes, it will fit very, very well. You don't need any additional kit whatsoever. Just remove any side, if you have pannier racks, or if you've been using the Vario system, then you don't need to remove much at all, I think. Maybe the grab handle, maybe you need to remove that one. You have to test and see, because the 45s are a little bit smaller, they will tend to like go out like wings a little bit more if you leave the top case rack, or the top rack on the bike. So there's no additional kit needed, it's just you're gonna leave the top case rack or not. That's the question, so you have to test. Rotor Rent, are the 70s available to order? Yes, very much so. They have been for quite a long. I think the stock is a little bit low at the moment, so probably get that order in as soon as possible to not miss out. Otherwise, we do frequent restocks. It can take a couple of weeks, maybe a month, 6 weeks, something before we manage to restock. Really depending on the region and how much these out of stock situations time with our production schedules. But depending on where you live, I think we should be in stock worldwide on the 70s at the moment. Lost in the Sauce. Hi guys, well done on your work. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Digital Nomad. Is the Lone Rider logo accents reflective? Yes, they actually are. And if you put that there, I'm gonna go.
Where?
Let's see. If you put the 45s on the table, I'm gonna go and crank one of the lights a bit and see if we can trigger some reflections.
Yeah, you see it.
Is it visible in the camera?
Wait. Yeah. I think in the screen it looks.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least they are reflective.
Yes. I think you've seen it.
Yeah, the V2 or what we did when, for those who purchased the first ADVBags when we released them, then the logo was a little bit more subtle and you didn't have this 70 print at the top either. But with the second or third batch, we updated it a little bit to make it a little bit more prominent. And now the Lone Rider text is, and together with the size text, that's also reflective. Peter, which bag setup would you use on a 1250 GS Adventure for a week's camping trip in the summer in the UK?
Week's trip in the summer on the GS Adventure, right?
Yes, 1250.
1250 for a week. For me, 45 liter should be more than enough. Depends if you have nothing and you have to decide now and you want to, like, this is the trip and you want to choose the perfect one, I would say 45 should be more than enough for a week, and fits the bike really well and you can carry everything. Obviously, if you have the 70 liter already, you can take the 70, but you will have a lot of extra space, and I would say for a week the 16 is not enough space.
Yeah, I'd say also, I mean, people need to be a little bit more, or not a little bit more, they need to be honest with themselves, how much you usually pack. And also, are you going to plan to do motor camping? Do you need to bring a tent? Do you need to bring sleeping bags? Like all these questions, yes and no. So like, if you're going motor camping and in the UK where it can be like weather, I haven't actually been to the UK, but I know it rains a lot, just like in Norway, which means the temperature drop. You need a little bit thicker sleeping bag, blah, blah, blah. This small kind of things add up in the end. So if you're really not sure, if you're really not into like a minimalism rider thing, then I would probably aim for the 70s. But if you know that I just take one duffel bag on the bike, strap it to the top case rack, something like this, and it's always been fine. I'm gonna go to the hotels only, then 45s. They're more than enough, definitely. Can even probably leave the top bag at home in such case. If you just need to bring some clothes, some toiletry, what's it called? Toothbrush, this kind of stuff. Towels, I don't know, some clothes, underwear, spare parts. Then the 45 should be enough, but it really depends on the circumstances, temperature, and if you're gonna camp or if you're gonna go to hotels. Yeah, that really determines it. About the ADVBags 70, thanks a lot. When it's mounted on the BMW R1300 GS at the right spot behind the passenger foot peg, it could cause damage because the back of the metal there is sharp. So I attached up. Let's see, passenger foot peg, it's sharp. I want to see what he means. See if it's, because usually, I don't know if you see it over here. Can we get a close-up?
Maybe this one he means, huh?
No, that's ours.
Oh.
That's the adapter for the pannier racks.
Yeah.
But it might it be the subframe, or is it the actual foot peg? Because I mount mine down here. I use the lower one. The upper one tends to be a little bit far back. Now this is the Vario foot peg. But this should be the same. But I don't feel anything that it's sharp. Not that I've noticed. Maybe it's like the very foot peg you have, that they tend to be a little bit sharp from production. But on mine, it's not even close to be sharp. Yeah, it's good to be careful. I think here we have another one with the Africa Twin 1100. Also requesting a adjustable side stand. Might be a good idea. I will see. Yeah, if we do something like this for different bikes when it's needed. Biggest priority would definitely the GS Adventure, because it's again, it's really bad. So that would be the first one. Digital Nomad is ordering the 45s. Thanks a lot.
Great.
Really appreciate it. And we are reaching the end of this. It came in quite many questions now when I said that was the last question. Usually people are like, oh, I have to ask.
Yeah, and we answered, was it Digital Nomads question?
Yes,
yeah?
I think so.
So, good question at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we could help, and enjoy Wales.
Definitely.
Would be nice.
We'll see. We are 42 in this live stream, and yeah, we've been streaming for a little bit, almost 3 hours. Yeah, 7 to 7:15 to 10:15. That's 3 hours.
Yeah. Evening well spent.
Exactly. As always, I like this kind of live streams. They're always fun.
Yeah, it's good to interact
a
little bit and hear what people, and like we had a lot of fun and banter and like funny joke things, but then also actually I think the size comparisons, you know, if you're watching and then you see people moving them side by side and stuff, it gives you a better idea of the size itself.
Yeah, definitely.
I get, he's showing me his last pizza slice for the last 2 minutes.
Well,
so
what's the white there? Did it mold already?
Yeah, I will eat it. I'm working. I can't right now, okay? No, so it's good. Hear a few thoughts, a few ideas, a few pointers and stuff. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. That was good. Kind of as expected. I knew it was going to be deviate a little bit left and right with GS-specific question, because that's always the case. But that's
and hate a bit about the side stand. I love the anger in your voice.
Exactly. So. Otherwise, it's a really good bike.
Yeah. No, but thank you to everyone for tuning in. It's been a massive work behind the scenes. I'm also not fully involved in all the process, but this fine gentleman spent so much time behind this computer screen and to edit everything. And like, if you see where we are sitting now, here's like 17 lights and 4 big cameras. So it's a massive effort to present this to you. So it's much appreciated that you're tuning in, that you're watching the stuff and also then purchasing the products and being able to make memories, and that's, I think, the stuff that we love the most, like create products that actually are able or are enabling you to go out and live life and ride bikes, and this is brilliant, and really stoked to be part of it, and thank you to you and to the whole Lone Rider team for
you as well
for making the best bags in the game, and
yeah, it's been fun. So what's next up on your schedule?
Next up on my schedule is Kata Rally, end of April, so racing there. And then next big race will be ADVBags Rodeo. After Kata,
with the ADVBags 16.
ADVBags 16 this time, yeah. Let's see if we can win prologue with Luggage.
Yeah, definitely. So, Lone Rider gloves was the last question. No plans, unfortunately, whatsoever. Not at this point. No. And Stuart says it must be beer o'clock for you both soon. Yes, definitely. That would have been nice. It's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday, and I have still a shit ton to do. I've been working 14, 15 hours the whole past
10 years? Yeah.
10 years. I would say 10 days, but I can say the 10 years also as well.
Probably.
But
10 years.
and it's still more to do tomorrow. A lot of stuff I didn't have time to do today. It's always like this. Today was not as panicking.
No.
Or panic, how do you say?
We improved our live stream quality a lot.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's been like, I'm the biggest time optimist there is. It's no problem. It's not going to take more than an hour to set this up. 3.5 hours later, it's like, it's getting tight.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember last Black Friday, when was that, November? I was like, we meet up here. Live stream starts at 7. We meet up here at 4, no problem. It's more than enough time.
You would still today, you weren't answering our questions half an hour before the launch of the products because you were stressed. So.
Yeah, because I had to send the emails, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do thumbnails back and forth, do the live, so people know that we have a live stream, schedule the launch video, all this kind of stuff. So it's like next time, this time I prepped 4 hours and I only need to stress 2.5, 3. So last hour was a little bit more relaxed, but learning by doing. So we'll see. People's last few comments here before we sign off. 2 minutes, and we've been streaming for 3 hours, so it's not going to be a new record today, unfortunately. But I'm not very sad that we don't, because I'm getting really tired. And David says it's pizza time for Kevin.
Pizza time, yes. It's getting there. Again.
So he can have enough.
Working.
So he has enough strength to go all the way back to Germany. It's a long drive, 3 hours.
At nighttime, we can make it in 1.5.
What is it, M5, M3? We cut it down to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just cross the border and then it's just pedal to the metal, it's problem.
Warming up the oil and the brakes, like left foot braking a little bit just before the border of Switzerland, and then once you hit Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
Time machine is attacking,
Exactly. It's not like me cruising on the way home.
Well, you have 10 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly. From here, from when I'm making my way back from the Alps.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful, because sometimes you have
sometimes police.
Police is standing there where you least expect it.
Yes.
Really, literally, least expect it. And greeting to you from Joachim. You have to. He will bring more of the mosquito spray.
Oh, very nice.
Did you get one last time?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mygga. Appreciated.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
I think I have one here actually in my, but it's the best one.
You can tell him I'll bring him some pizza if he shows up.
Yeah.
You will get pizza in return for mosquito spray.
So Joachim, if you're heading towards Switzerland this summer, which I know you don't, but we can always try and hope for the best, then Oliver brings you pizza. That's always a reason to come down here.
Yeah.
Apps. They don't care about this.
Pizza?
Yeah, riding is secondary.
Yeah.
The Swiss pizza is second to none.
And Swedish mosquito spray.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, I think we'll call it a day and let's call it a wrap. Thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it that we can keep going this long, and that's thanks to all your questions that are popping in continuously. Otherwise, if we have no questions, we would just sit here and look stupid. And we've been talking like continuously, we'd look stupid anyway. But
Yeah.
we've been talking now continuously and showing our gear for 3 hours straight, and it's so, how do you say, appreciative, or it's so fun to see that people are so interested in our gear and our live streams as well. So
love the process, and looking forward to what we come up next.
Exactly, you never know. Before you know it, we have something new, fun to present. So
the Lone Rider pizza, maybe.
Exactly, that's your next task here now.
Next task.
So okay, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a nice day, a nice evening, a nice night, nice morning, wherever you're tuning in from, and we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye. No, ride safe.